Hey, you guys, it is 7 o'clock and we are getting ready to have some drinks and maybe a couple of snacks after today's episode. Hey to everybody out there in YouTube, Vicky and Louisa and Electra Storm, Sam and Miss Queen Libra. You guys, hello. Oh, you are on mute, Sam, and my music is too loud.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey
Good
guys.
evening, y'all. How y'all doing?
Loving Miss Steffy Forster, Finnegan, dragging
And didn't
relentlessly.
she look fantastic today?
She
Oh
looked
my God.
She looked like melt butter melting on ice today. She just gorgeous.
From head to toe. Jerisa is a gem. She absolutely loves Jackie because she always hand delivers Jackie the best outfits for set.
She really does dress her like a living Barbie. Like she don't miss. Like that's my Barbie doll used to be dressed like that, slaying
Exactly. It's like it seems like Jerisa actually has a lot of fun with Jackie and Krista. I mean, because both of them, did you see the outfit Krista was wearing today?
Oh, that was cute.
It was so simple, but it was magnificent on her. It was the simplest outfit, but it was I have to say the fashions today were excellent across the board, including Mealy Mouth Hope. I absolutely liked the fit of the oversized shirt and jacket with the mule shoes to match the jacket.
I love it.
It was quite good, simple. It was beautifully Jerisa did yeah, in the fit, it fits. See, sometimes it's the way something might look on you. It might look perfect on one person, look like shit on another. But this was a great look for Hope. It suited her body type perfectly. Perfectly.
The only people who wasn't giving was the Spencer brothers because they had them in matching denim jackets. I was like, oh.
I even enjoyed Zenday's rather unique snake collars in his jacket.
Have we seen that shirt before? I could swear we saw that shirt before.
If it ain't something he done worn, you know, Bill wears those designer men shirts. But I'll tell you in a minute what it is.
Okay.
I even liked what Brooke had on today, and I sat there thinking to myself, they didn't put her in shiny black. Okay, the Vixen is getting ready to come back out.
Right, and it was perfect.
And put her in a fitted black shiny outfit, talking about her husband ain't paying her no attention.
Yep.
And she whining and playing the role of the victim. I said, okay, I see what y'all doing.
Outfits are all about mood. She woke up this morning like somebody had pissed in her Cheerios.
Well, yeah, because somebody didn't nut in her vagina. That's why she was pissed. She's still dry as a bone. She's down there itching because she's dry. She needs some help. But Rhea just not trying to oblige her, and that is not Steffi's fault.
No. And that was the hilarious part about today. All this carrying on that her and Hope were doing about Steffi picking up the phone when she called and clicking in her ear, it completely obscures what the real problem is. It was hilarious.
Correct. The real problem is that every time Ridge comes home, he finds his wife with one of her ex-lovers that she done beat out of one of her family members for. If it ain't Katie's husband, it's Bridget's husband that's always in his wife's face, reminding him of how loose she is.
She's such a wonderful person. That little glint in her eye and
Bill just made me sick with that shit. Bill was aggravating. I'm like,
I mentioned that yesterday, and it's the same today. Bill is talking like Brooke is the love of his life and not Katie.
And then wonders why Katie don't want to give him a second chance. I'm like, do you listen to the words that come out of your mouth, sir?
He can't. Because they were like, why were you even at Brooks anyway? Well, I went to go talk about Katie. But you went to go. Okay, okay, sir. You went to
Even the sons was looking at him dubious.
yeah,
You
like
saw
did
the
you
way
hear
Wyatt
that?
perked up like a little teenager. Even
Oh my
Wyatt knew what
God.
time it was.
When Wyatt leaned in like that, I said
Mm-hmm.
at some point I'm gonna have to go back and screenshot this with my phone because that is the perfect do tell me more meme if I've ever seen one. When
Mm-hmm.
Brooke sleeps with Liam or however way she's gonna figure out to be appropriate with him, that's the look that I want to post on all of these people who were saying, well, Brooke would never do that to Hope. Like I know the people they probably gonna run and block me if they listen. But they probably already blocked me after I got through telling them that Brooke has always been loose and ain't never needed no WD-40 in her life. Whether you got a Phillips head or a flathead or Allen, Brooke is always that screw is always gonna turn. She doesn't care, it's gonna happen. And so they got mad at me. They
hmm
probably blocked me. And I make my little list to go back to talk to people and then be blocked because they don't like hearing the truth. But your girl's always been a hoe. She's
Right.
been a hoe on ice. She been trying to be good, but she can't sustain being good for no longer than 18 months. This
It goes against all her instincts.
every 18 months, Brooke finds herself in a scandal. And this has been even after Ridge chose her when she rode in on that horse and Brooke saved him from marrying Taylor Dean. Ever since they got married after that, it's been like almost every 18 months, Brooke is doing something.
Yep.
Ridge is kissing on people, but Brooke is doing something and he leaves her. It's like every 18
It's
months.
clockwork. It's
Eight,
Right.
like what was funny today was, first of all, one, I've never been more certain today than I have ever been before. They just need to let Spencer Publications go back to printing gossip because Liam and Wyatt are just made for that. They went to the Olive Garden to gossip. That's what they showed up for. Yeah, Bill called them, but they was there for the tea, not for the Italian dressing.
was that a damn hen party or what today?
It sure was. I was like, y'all, I'm like, y'all stop printing gossip after that whole incident with Bill just trying to out Maya. That was the last time Spencer Publications was involved in printing any real gossip. I said, y'all two need to go ahead and get back to it because that's obviously what you two crave.
Right, where is Jared? Because Jared needs to be somewhere standing behind corners and eavesdropping and getting these gems and dropping shit as an anonymous source. Where is he at? When do we get some for real Spencer publication?
I
Well,
have no
he's
idea. I
there
think
in
they
the
didn't
real
forgot
world.
how to do that. I think they forgot how. I don't know. Actually, honestly, I have to honestly ask myself, what the hell are they publishing these days? I have no idea.
They're not even working, guys. We haven't even seen Spencer Publications since Justin left. They
Not
don't
really.
work. I mean,
It
literally, Bill's job now is to gossip about Brooke. That's it. That's the only
pretty
thing we've
much.
seen Bill doing like in a year, but except for his little 5 minutes of helping Lee.
You ain't lying.
You're not lying. That's exactly what's been going on.
You are not lying.
It's a shame. There's no work going on down at Forrester at Spencer Publications. Katie is just talked about. They don't even need to talk about her with Bill anymore. I don't understand why the powers that be continue to have Bill talking to Brooke about Katie when they are making it clear in his dialogue, in his response to Brooke, that that's who he wants. Don't they understand how cringy that is for us to witness?
It's because they want their cake and they want to eat it too. Because here's the thing. They want Bill to be a possibility a possibility for Brooke. But to do that, he has to stay single. So that means Katie can't take his regular ass back. And at best, he can do some light flirtation with Lee, but nothing really, concrete like him starting a whole relationship with her. And so they want to keep him in Brooke's sphere, but the problem is they have to come up with a legit reason to do it. Because aside from Katie being Brooke's sister and Bill's ex, they have no real reason for Bill and Brooke to be dealing with each other at all. He don't own a part of Forrester no more. So there's no business pretext for them to be dealing with one another. So they just keep this whole Katie window thing open as a way to explain why they have to interact with each other sometimes. But yes, it's like you said, Sam, it's repugnant. It is absolutely repugnant to see this man go and talk to Brooke about her sister. Knowing, if you didn't know the circumstances, you probably just like, oh well, they're good friends. But if you know the circumstances, you're like, that's so shady and nasty.
So nasty. And even if you didn't know the circumstances, if you watched that whole interaction from the moment Bill arrived, his the way he arrived and how he left and everything in between, even if you didn't really know, you would be disturbed.
You'd be
This
like, what is
man
going
is asking,
on?
came over talking about her sister and getting with her, but he has basically just laid out all his feelings for this woman while claiming to love the sister. It's sick.
And more than once too. It's like that's the part that's disgusting. It's because they want him to be as an option, just in case they decide to go some other way. But the way that they go about it is just so gross. It's like,
Okay, darling, you were having a little bit of audio issues, but I think everything's okay now.
oh, okay, that might have been me because I was moving my head and I have my headphones in.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gross. It really is gross.
It's disgusting. It really is. It's really. It doesn't do Brooke any good either. It's like, I don't know why they think that is cute. I mean, for her to sit there grinning on as Bill gushes about her eyes and her smile. This is her baby, the love of her baby sister's life, the father of her baby sister's only child. And this is what they have her doing. Now, when Steffi was done with Bill and told Bill it was a wrap, she made it crystal fucking clear. It's done. You've done all this. You done dragged me. You done did this and that. It's over. It's over. I don't love you like that, Bill. Brooke can't do the same thing. She cannot let go of anything she's ever had.
Well,
she's a hoarder of
that ego.
But another thing too is Bill didn't want her the way he wanted Steffi. Like, this man was ready to, he really did risk it all. I mean, we talking about people be ready to risk it all. Bill risked a relationship with his son, and everybody else to sit there and blacklist Steffi. He even risked Steffi trying to get Steffi. He ain't never risked Brooke trying to get Brooke because she knows she easy to get. He ain't got to do nothing but look at her the right way, winning like a damn horse, and she down and she done.
And that's how
come you better tell that truth.
And that's how come we can't get Bill and Steffi in a scene, because it's tough for them to try to. Bill and Steffi have not been around as long as Brooke and Ridge. Bill and Steffi been around the same amount of time in the teens. They would have to do a lot. They would basically have to change Bill to essentially have him in scenes with Steffi where he just don't give a fuck. It's never been that way. Steffi and Bill have always had a relationship, but they've
been in the same amount of relationship as him and Katie.
Say what?
I said Bill and Steffi has been around for the same amount of length of time as Bill and Katie.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, he was sitting there looking at young Stephanie Forrester before he got engaged to Katie.
Always was a hound.
We don't really talk about what we don't talk about. I to remember Bill going to Steffi and saying, "Girl, I know we've been kicking it and shit, but I just asked Katie to marry me, so I don't think we can kick it and shit no more." Like, he was already kind of in a relationship with Steffi before he decided he needed to marry a woman who made him a better man. But the whole time, Steffi was the woman who understood him, because when he was out here trying to kill Amber, who was saving his ass?
That was Steffi. That was Stephanie.
Steffi saved his ass and kept that secret. And Katie
ain't never told nobody.
And she blabbed
and still ain't never told nobody nothing.
Right.
And didn't judge him for it either, because she's like, I can understand your lapse in judgment. You know what I mean? People make mistakes, but you didn't follow through with it. Because I was, because I was there, but you still didn't do it.
Right. Well, no, Amber was fixing to die that day if Steffy had.
Yeah, she was finna die, but he didn't. He regretted it, and he thanked Steffi, and it was like, he never tried to do it again. And then the truth about Amber and that baby came out. So
So it was like, well, I guess it was a good thing I didn't kill her.
right.
But so when people talk about, well, Steffi broke up Bill and Kate, no, Katie was the one who came in there and interrupted what Bill had going on with Steffi. Because he felt like he needed a woman who was going to rein him in, and Steffi was too much like him.
Yep. And see, you know what I always thought about them bubbles? I always looked at them, very similar in a sense where they were very much alike, like Stephanie and Massimo was. They was very ambitious. They had their own, set goals, and their mind frame was just how it was, but they never judged each other. They just loved each other for who they were. And they didn't try to change who that person was. They took them as they were. And see, my thing was Katie did exactly the total opposite. She always tried to change Bill. She did not want him the way that he was. She always felt like she could influence him to be the person that she wanted him to be, rather than a person that he already was, because he was not no lump of clay when she met him. He didn't need to be molded. He just wanted he just wanted to be solidified in a relationship because he was a big bachelor. But
yeah,
as we could see for the number of sons that popped after the fact.
Okay.
For years, we all saw it though. For years, nobody could have a soulmate. Nobody could have a love of their life except for Logan. So Steffi couldn't have Bill. Steffi couldn't have nobody. Steffi literally could have nobody until 2020.
Say that again. Before then, her only soulmate was Phoebe.
Correct. Ridge was the closest thing to her love interest. That was the closest thing to Steffi had that was hers, her story.
And that's crazy.
It literally, it's taken, and this character is a legacy character, has been grown since, 2009? And finally in 2022, she has finally been cast her own soulmate. And y'all know full well that is only because of the people, because that is not Brad Bell's MO.
A lot of work went into getting that.
But we couldn't have Thorne and Macy for Brooke.
Katie and Bill was still mad about that.
We couldn't have Katie and Bill for Brooke. Brooke has ruined every relationship that anybody has ever wanted to root for on this damn show.
So got that right.
Did I miss anything? Because I'm sorry I'm late, you guys. My interview.
No. Oh no,
okay,
we
y'all just been reminiscing.
Yeah, we've been reminiscing. We ain't really got too deep into. We did a fashion review because Steph was looking kick as a couple of other folks.
Honey, the ponytail alone served hella vibes.
I don't know why they persist in always putting her in extra hair. Jackie's natural hair is beautiful enough. Today she had no extra hairage. It was fantastic.
Yes. Maybe because they want to build volume and they want to give it because she got hella body in her hair. Maybe they just want to volumize it. I don't know, but I agree, Sam. Like, her natural hair is a vibe. Like, okay, girl, I see your healthy hair.
Exactly. And
even to go after 3 pregnancies, she's able to maintain that hair after 3 pregnancies. That alone by itself is great. It can't be because of diet.
Jackie pregnant again.
Shut up.
What?
Jackie pregnant again.
Shut up.
What makes you say that?
You heard it here first.
No.
Okay, why are you saying Jackie's pregnant? What did you see?
I have a suspicion. Listen,
you
guys. Listen. Do y'all remember when Finn came in one day from swimming or whatever, and Steffi was in like a almost like she was in workout clothes, like athletic wear, like maybe some like grayish black spandex pants and like a workout top.
I
Y'all
think
remember
so.
that day?
No.
Taylor interrupted them again, or interrupted them that day. But anywho,
Okay.
Jackie
I
was
think I
wearing
remember that.
spandex pants and a shirt, like workout wear. It looked like she had barely any belly. Now we know she just had a baby, so that takes time to go all the way flat.
Right.
But it seems like over the past couple of weeks, to me, it seems like Jackie has been getting bigger instead of smaller. It seems like she was smaller last month than she is today. To me, that's just me.
No, she just bloated, Sam.
Well, that could be it, but I just don't trust it. I think Fertile Myrtle is at it. I do. I think Fertile Myrtle is at it, and she might already be expecting.
You know what? We gonna find out when your girl hit the runway that they promised us. So if they promised us this fashion showdown, whatever, that's supposed to come up around Thanksgiving or some shit, we'll know then.
Yeah. Casey said there will be definitely a fashion show before the end of this year. He promised it. Now
So
it's
that's good.
probably so I don't know if it's going to be Hope's rags because Zende and Thomas have been designing. But I guess it is Hope's rags because they don't design anything else these days.
Well, yeah, everything that they're designing they're saying is for Hope for the Future. No talk about couture or any of the other lines.
But see, and that's the thing, though. None of the designs that they have been putting in our faces look like any of the shit that has been going out for Hope for the Future for the past 12 years. So I don't know. Maybe it's something. Maybe I hope they will start a line just with the fellas. How come Thomas and Zende do not have their own freaking line?
Right.
Thomas used to work on, and the stupid part is Thomas used to work on the menswear line.
Yes, he had his own section called Taboo, and
until Ridge sent him into distribution with Thorn because of that very business.
Put him in the basement. Yeah, that was
Nothing has been the same for Thomas since the Berry incident.
Yeah.
Well, but see, and also that's a whole different. That's a whole different.
Yeah, Hope can get handed a whole line fresh out of high school.
Yeah, facts. Hold on. She can't tell. She can't even tell the difference between maroon and magenta, but she get a whole freaking fashion line. Yeah, I'm gonna need her to draw some other than stick figures to and cut and paste pretty pictures together. Because that's
how. What's his name? Rick. Rick at least did try to be a designer. He just wasn't no good at it. But he
just
tried.
sucked.
Yeah, he just was horrible. But Hope ain't never even tried it. Hope ain't never.
I don't remember nobody but Bridget really knowing how to do it. That was Brooke kids. I don't remember nobody but Bridget.
But that's the thing.
But you know what? That was even trash.
I gave Rick props though. If he couldn't design, he at least had the sense to go marry up women who could design. Amber, Carolyn. He knew if he was lacking, he needed to find him who could. At least he did that. Yeah, that's more than what Hope did.
Yeah. And it's funny how all Stephanie kids know how to pick up a pen and a crayon and know how to draw fast.
Yeah, Thorn is the least of the least. But
remember, he was the one. Remember, officially, he was the one who was designing for Hope for the Future when they had that Fringe runway show. So I don't know what to say about that.
At least he know how to do it. At least he know how to design it. Just don't mean that he know how to design shit worthy to sell.
Hope is the one approving all that bullshit that ends up on her runway. She's the one that's asking Thomas to make tweaks to his design, asking Zende to change this and change that. That's why it looked like shit when it hit the runway. The girl is not a designer. She was never a designer.
And that's my thing. How are you who gave you the fashion license? Who at FIT told you was licensed enough to critique a designer, a certified designer's designs? Who?
Right.
I need to know what professor gave you these credentials, honey.
Supposedly, when she was away in Milan, that's what she was doing. Supposedly, I
She
don't.
wasn't doing
You can't
shit.
prove it to me though, but
But she wasn't
whatever.
doing it for Hope for the Future. She was doing
She
it
No,
for
she
showed what?
wasn't.
somebody else. Did she show
She
Hope
was
for the Future was dead as a damn doornail when her ass was gone?
Yeah,
she was
that's
What
why
she
they
was designed
decommissioned it
for?
and started American Freedom,
I don't think she was designing
California
for
freedom.
it. I
California
think she
freedom.
was just
California Freedom.
I think she was just over there bouncing on men and trying to get over Liam is actually what she said.
Y'all gonna listen to me one day. When I tell y'all Father Fantana is a hopeful, it's a possibility. I ain't gonna give it up because he was too chosen. He was way
Wait,
too
y'all,
cozy with picking
y'all,
our daughter.
y'all gonna stop because it's almost 7:30 and we need to get to the actual show because we're supposed to be doing a carve out for Wino towards the end.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
know what
I'm gonna give y'all
happened in
some
that last
time
scene.
from the funky young and the restless.
Okay, so let's get started. So who we running at first? Are we running at the Spencer boys having a Gossip Girl session? Brooke and Hope, or Brooke and Taylor, or Steffi and Hope?
I
Ladies'
think
choice,
we need to
y'all pick.
start off with Steffi and Hope.
Well, I was gonna say start off with them little boys so we can get
Yeah,
them.
I was gonna say let's do the boys.
That
Okay.
wasn't even worth the time today.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. This time, I was happy to
okay.
see Wyatt.
So I like the haircut.
I love Wyatt when he's on screen because he is just like so full of joy and he is guaranteed a laugh. But him and
And
Liam together are absolutely the Three Stooges.
But do you see how Darren Brooks is going gray around his ears?
Girl, ain't he fine?
So listen,
he look
why
good
is
like it.
Wyatt being just left out like this? He is a brilliant actor, very handsome, witty,
You better
and always was better than Liam. He was
you
trash
better
after
tell him.
Flo, but we deserve better. We
They
deserve
need
better.
to cut. They
We
have got.
better.
I don't know. I know we have our theories about what Shauna's purpose is, but they need to cut him loose from Flo so they can start utilizing him in other places.
Yeah.
Amen. And
It's past. It's past time. It's
it
past
is.
Hopefully,
time.
hopefully that's one of the reasons Denise is coming, is to put an end
I
to
hope
Flo.
so.
Hopefully Flo's dead.
Wait a minute. Your phone going out is for what death?
I said hopefully Denise is coming back as Shauna to bury Flo. Hopefully
Oh yeah,
Flo's
yeah, yeah.
dead.
Yeah, I like that idea.
That
Bury her. Break up. Break.
and y'all was like, no, it's gonna be because she's coming back because she's still married to Rich. And so
Yeah, I want that to
I was
happen
cool
too.
with that, and now y'all
Why
back.
can't it be both?
No, no,
I
Let it
want
be
no.
I want
both.
that to happen too. Why can't it be
Yeah,
both?
we
Who
want
said
that
it?
Why?
too.
Let it be both.
Yes,
Yes,
let it be
all
both.
three. Listen, let it be all three. Come back to bury Flo. Come back to give us some kind of an end to Quinn. And also to free Ridge of the albatross that is Brooke so he can marry the true love of his life, Dr. Taylor Hayes.
You know what? It can't be all three because I can see Quinn going back to Las Vegas with her good girlfriend and help her console her about the death of her daughter, her only child. And I
Exactly.
can
That's what I
see
mean.
her.
I don't mean to kill Quinn. I mean just to wrap up that
No,
story.
yeah, I know. Yeah, we can explain that away why her presence is not on scene. Is that she
Exactly.
is in Vegas with Shauna to help her with her deal.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
want her to come back and say, Reg, look, you gonna sign these papers or what? Because I want to file them. You know, we've been married this whole time.
Yes, and she got a new boyfriend, and that's how
Yes,
she found out.
yes. Because she keep getting these alerts, honey. Your documents are expiring in 30 days. Please, please fill out your paperwork. Yes, I want all three. There you go, Sam. I'm with you.
I mean, if they're
And I
getting
love
Denise
Denise
back, it's not
so much.
long term. Make good use of a shit.
So can 2 days can happen a lot. It can happen in 2 days.
So listen, well, since we're talking about them henpecked Liam, Wyatt, and Bill at Il Giardino, was
Mm-hmm.
Bill also today talking about how magnificent Brooke was?
Yes, girl, that's all he
Yes, you.
gets there is talk about the glint in her eye and how
She's a fighter. Oh my god.
fighter
Oh my God, are
and
you
he
kidding me?
doesn't know what he's got. He doesn't deserve a woman like Brooke. She's so fabulous and and I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
with
Okay.
that guy. And
Hey
I
guys.
mean,
And that was in between Liam whining about still not getting an invitation to the Foresters.
So
Lord,
wait a minute,
And
Bubbles.
If he don't shut
listen.
up.
So wait. So wait a minute, Bubbles. He said that she's a fighter.
girl,
Well,
he
yeah.
was talking about her like she was Beyonce coming out after Lemonade. Girl,
Oh
she'll
shit. So
never
I.
get a Brooks a fighter. She's, that's one of the things that I really appreciate about her the most. Like he was going on and on about her like Katie who.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh
he went over
y'all.
there to talk about
It's so
Katie, my
despicable.
ass.
You know what?
It's
Cause
so
see, I didn't see the
despicable.
last two segments of the show today. So you know what? Maybe we got it all wrong, y'all. Maybe Dr. Taylor Hayes is finna hop this good commercial flight, just like she did when she was going to St. Thomas to get away from Brooke and Ridge. Maybe she finna get on a commercial flight, and Bill is going to supply his jet to the fighter Brooke, and that you know, Ridge and Steffy finna hop on the Forester jet, try to follow behind Taylor.
That
Well,
makes
that's the
perfect sense
thing.
now. That's starting to
Part of
make
the
sense now.
part
Yes,
of
it
what
does.
part of what Bill was saying was the setup for Brooke to show her ass up at Steffi
Yes.
house ready to fight.
And also to show her ass up in Aspen.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
that does start to jail. We always kept
Yes.
saying, Taylor being there in Aspen at Bill's place, something weird. So if Taylor
Mm-hmm.
did dip, because I can see Taylor, y'all saying it's getting too much. Everybody's
Yep.
fighting, and Taylor say, "I'm just gonna leave to take myself out of the situation."
Right.
If she took a commercial flight and she went somewhere other than Bill's cabin, that would make sense. Now, on
Mm-hmm.
the other hand, if Ridge followed her, Bill would lend his support behind Brooke, let her use
Yeah.
the jet, and go to his place. Now, from
Right.
there, it would probably be a chase on to find
Mm-hmm.
Ridge before he finds Taylor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
See?
I
like
got that.
See,
I
now
like
that make more sense because we couldn't figure out how the hell was Brooke on. I thought she was finna hop a commercial flight like Steffi did, but no. We finna redo St. Thomas. I said, nah, see, I jokingly said I want him to follow her down to Aspen like he did in St. Thomas. Let me tell y'all, if we get this redo of house, oh my God, do y'all know I'm finna be, I'm finna be flushed because I'm already bothered.
You
Oh
are.
my
You
Lord.
are. I can tell you literally having a conniption right now just at the
I
thought of it. Just at the thought of it.
I'm having a whole Trish moment right now.
That starts to make more sense because one thing about it, and two things for sure. What we are not getting is any quality bridge scenes. They all are the same. Ridge
Yes.
looking worn out and worn down, Brooke looking desperate, and then Ridge is quickly out of there on his way back to somewhere else other than where Brooke is. So this thing is not looking pretty good for Brooke right now.
No, it's not. And that's something if we and well, let's finish up with the gossip boys. So you had the
Yes.
boys trying to get the tea, Liam spilling out his little insecurities about the whole Thomas and Hope Douglas situation, etc., etc. And then him daring to shade Steffi and Taylor, talking about how well they always look so close and so intimate together. I wanted to say, boy, if you don't shut your waffling ass up. This
Well,
been
Liam
two
said that
years.
about Tridge.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what did he say? What did he say about Steffi and Taylor?
Oh, okay. So when he was talking with Wyatt and Bill, they were breaking down the problems of what's going on with this Forrester Logan fight that's basically a work in progress. And so he was talking about how Steffi and Thomas, excuse me, about how Steffi and Thomas are, just absolutely committed, that they think that their parents belong together. And then he was also commenting on the closeness between Taylor and Ridge. And I was sitting over there going like, bruh, I know you fucking lying. I'm
He
like,
never
there
even
ain't
seen
about
them
what
together.
Hope told him. It wasn't anything that he saw firsthand.
Right.
Well,
Y'all
no.
because
never
I
This
don't
seen
is
think he's
this
seen them
is
together.
no. This is the shit that Hope was probably telling him after she attended that damn event.
it
That's what
had
it
to be.
sounded like.
Right, but
It
so
has to
what
be.
I'm saying, what was more shocking for me was him telling Bill, well, once you live there at the house and you get to see this other side of Ridge, he and Brooke tell jokes, and he's a real family guy. And I'm like, when the hell have we ain't never seen Ridge and Brooke chucking up jokes with each other. What is he
No.
talking about? Like, I ain't never seen this.
No, they
Wait
don't.
a minute. Wait a minute.
No, they
Wait a
don't.
minute. Wait a minute. Hold the phone.
I would,
Hold the
I
empty
would
out.
show you if they wouldn't block my video.
Please. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, I gotta go watch this because I know damn well he ain't. That's a full-fledged lie. Like, you mean to tell me he tried to tell. Okay, I can't even
Well,
hardly talk. So
he
how
was
he
basically
feel?
telling Bill that there are outside forces working against Brooke
Yes,
and Tom, Brooke and
himself.
Rick.
I dated myself.
No, he ain't talking like his mother-in-law.
I just
Hmm.
don't understand how Ridge's children are outside forces. I'm
Yes,
not an outside force to my fucking children. I
you
am
better
a
say that
force to
shit.
them, but not an outside force. How is Ridge's children an outside force?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is this
because
is
What
the
he said about
problem.
Stephanie today? Steffi is showing her dominance.
yeah, honey, I told y'all they can give me more all of this. I don't give a damn. Steffi ain't never got to go back to being how she was for them 2.5 years. I
Speak
need
on
her to
it.
stay like this always,
If,
forevermore, never
if
again flipping.
I don't
Because
ever want Steffi's foot to come off of Brooke's neck. I'm right there with
No,
you.
me
well,
neither.
I need
Keep it
these
there
7.5
in
inch
perpetuity, baby.
stilettos in her throat all the time.
Keep it there in perpetuity because that's where it belongs. And the part that kicked me out, this part. Oh, are we finished with the Gossip Boys yet?
Are we
Yeah.
finished with the Gossip Boys yet?
So
Because I don't
wait,
think we
I got a
sufficiently
question.
dragged them.
I got a
Yeah,
question.
sure.
Wyatt, what was the purpose of Wyatt being there? What did he say that stood out?
Nothing.
Wyatt's most interesting part was when he had that tell me more look on his face when he was
Oh,
trying to get the thing about what happened between Bill
with his hands on
and
his
Brooke.
face.
With his
Yeah,
his
Okay,
chin.
okay,
looking
okay,
like a
okay.
bad child,
Yeah,
trying to get in the
okay, okay.
business.
That's cute. Okay, we can move on.
Okay,
I
so
think his purpose was to provide a meme. That was why his purpose was to be the meme.
Okay.
exactly,
Yeah.
the intern should go
Now wait
ahead
a
and
minute
make that
though.
one of the gifts.
We didn't drag them enough.
Oh,
That's letting those bitches off easy.
Well,
well,
I,
one thing that I found interesting was Liam trying to explain to Wyatt and Bill that Hope has all this anxiety about the situation because when she goes over to the Forrester mansion and Steffi and Thomas are just disparaging Brooke, they just calling her for what she is, please. And then he sees Taylor over there with Ridge and she's getting all cute. I'm like, you're fucking right, she cute. You're fucking
Mm-hmm.
right, she getting
And
cute.
this
And what of it?
That's
and
right.
this is
he
my
said,
point.
That's
okay,
what bad bitches do.
Hmm?
I find it ironic that he's talking about how Hope can't handle it. It's filling her with anxiety. And the last time she was filled with anxiety, she had to go on them pills.
Yep.
We
Baby,
should be so
Bubba, you
lucky.
better say that. You
So
better say
she's
that.
gonna be on pills
She
and
gonna be on
she's
something if
gonna
she
be
keep
She
doing
gonna
what
be
they
on
say to her.
alcohol. She gonna be on alcohol. She
She
gonna
gonna
be
be
like
on
sipping on
something.
something.
She
If
got
her
one more
mama
time
bag
to
her
run up
husband,
on
she gonna be
Stephanie
on something.
Forrester Finnegan. And I'm gonna be shocked if Steffi don't drag the whole. I've been waiting on Steffi to tell Hope that she need to sit down and shut the fuck up because you meddled in my marriage. Remember how you got your husband by
Yeah,
adultery and a
baby.
crap baby?
I
That's
know, but
right,
see, but
bitch.
that's the thing. She's not
That's
gonna say that
right.
though. But
Tell
she
that
won't
bitch.
say that. She won't say that for two very important reasons. One,
Yes.
she is absolutely 150% happy with Finn. So Liam who?
Yep.
Two, the whole problem that they have now is already bad enough that the issue of Bridge is being dragged in between the issue of Thomas and Douglas and the whole his living situation. They're not going to throw a hand grenade like bringing up remnants of Steam and versus Lope to drag in the middle of it too.
Well, they
I'm
should.
gonna have to disagree.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna disagree.
comfortable. I'm not
No,
comfortable with
I am,
her being
Sam.
able
I'm
to
gonna have to
walk.
disagree with that, darling. Go ahead,
I
Sam. I'm sorry.
here. Go ahead.
I am just not comfortable with Hope feeling like she has the moral high ground to step to Steffi about respecting a marriage. I
So
mean,
long as the
how
hypocrites. Huh?
it's
And
look, that's how come I need for Steffi to remind Hope how she came about being pregnant with a married man's baby, a married father to be. So I need Stephanie to remind Hope that she herself has also interfered in marriages. So clearly she understands what Stephanie is doing.
You better
Is
believe
doing the
she
same
is.
thing that Hope did in 2018. Why
I
Let me
can't
gotta
Stephanie
disagree
tell her?
with y'all. I
let me
got
tell
to
you. Let me
disagree with
tell you
y'all.
why she
It's
finna tell
fine.
her that. Let me
It's
tell you why she finna tell her. She finna remind her, and she finna dig her own grave. She tells her, "Look, just like your mama came and broke up my family, so did you,
Right.
hoe. You ain't no better,
mm-mm.
bitch. You just sat up here and you just played a better game. See, your mama sat up here and she just outright did the shit, and everybody just excusing it. And I'm not taking it no more. That's why I'm not getting my foot up off her neck. You don't want none of this heat because you ain't too much stopping. You is right behind her. You come from Italy and you already knew what was going on in my marriage. I was married to Liam. We were not divorced. But hey, you got them troubles now. I done moved on and upgraded.
Now,
She
darling,
knows
I
But see,
understand
but
what you
that's the
mean.
thing.
I
I but
understand what you mean, darling, about Steffi being over it. I get it. That's not even the
yeah.
point, though. The fact of the matter is that Hope feels as if she has moral high ground. I
yeah.
So does
only need
Brooke.
Stephanie to remind her that she does not have a high ground here. It doesn't
But
have to be
that's
really about Liam, but it
but
just needs to
that's
be
the
facts.
thing. But that's the thing. That's not how Brad writes it though, Sam. If Steffi makes mention of anything, because the thing is, not for nothing. Brooke and Hope are both hypocrites. Okay, they both play by a certain set of rules that works just fine for them. But when somebody takes that same book and flips the script on them and plays the same game they play, it's a problem. Both Hope and her mother are extremely guilty of that. And anybody who was watching the show the last few years knows how much of a hypocrite they are. So
Can
the
I ask you
problem
this
is,
question? Can
well,
I ask you
hold
this
on.
question, darling?
Hold on a second. Let me finish first. But the
Okay.
problem, the problem is the problem with Steffi bringing up anything related to the issues between her and Liam and Hope and the circumstances of how her marriage ended, how Hope got Liam, and how Beth came into existence brings forth the mere idea that Steffi somehow is still pissed about how that whole situation went down.
So what's
And
wrong with
that
that?
is the last thing that anybody needs.
You
That
know what, though?
triangle
You know
is
what? I
Can I ask
find
you a
dead
it
question?
and
very
buried and it needs to stay
Can
there.
I
I
ask you a
find it
question?
strange that people can't have their feelings about something that happened just because it's in the past.
And that's
I am completely capable
fine.
of accepting a situation, moving on from it, and being happy. But I don't have to ever agree with it, and I always keep that shit to be petty. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
see
that's because
anything
you're a
wrong with being
multi-dimensional human
honest.
being.
Because listen, it just being simply honest in the fact. Hope, I understand that you're outraged that I am targeting your mom's marriage, but this is not foreign to you. Remember how you targeted mine? It's real damn simple. She needs to bring the hoe to reality. Reality needs to slap her in the face. Can you recall when you thought that you needed to save my husband from me when I was 9 months pregnant? Do you remember that? That was called interfering in my fucking marriage. Now back the fuck up. Go home and tell your mama to come see me.
I
I agree with you. You're a multi-dimensional. You are a multifaceted human being. You can do
It
that.
ain't even
Brad
that
Bell
hard
cannot
though.
write like that. Brad
It's
Bell,
not that hard. They
I
have been
know.
writing it. They have been changing the writing already, darling. They have been mentioning shit that they never do on script now. When have we ever thought that Taylor would mention anything about Thomas's mental capacity when he signed those papers? My whole thing is whatever they doing, whoever's behind this new writing, is already written there. They change and they putting everything that we already talk about as we talk about it, how we talk about it on script. And this is one doohickey that have we need fixed because this whole hypocrite, this whole entitlement, this whole better than thou. Yeah, this shit got to get nipped in the bud. And how
Mm-mm.
much better to do it when it's about these two individuals.
Y'all
But
Right
you
have
know,
now,
so
at the
y'all
same time,
have way too much faith in Brad Bell's ability to resist the temptation to go back to toxic shit that nobody wants to see anymore. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one, but I'm gonna put it to you like this. Yes, we all know that Hope and Brooke, especially Hope, given how recent all those events are the worst hypocrites in the world. But I'm telling you, just like Brad Bell had to mind fuck the viewers by bringing up that damn steam montage while he was getting Finn shot in a damn alley, and then had all of us sick for months behind the possibility of Steffi falling back with Liam, or Liam trying to be super save a hoe and be all up in her face 24/7. Any mention, he don't know how to be objective, how to mention history as it happened, but leave the characters unentangled from it in the present. He can't do that. He doesn't have that kind of measure. If he does, he done lost it. So it's kind of like with Steam and Lope, it's like either you're in it or you're out of it. If it's being talked about or mentioned on screen, then you're in it. And so if it's the option, and if the choice is to call call Hope on her hypocritical bullshit because she is a hypocrite, or not have it mentioned and keep the Darth Vader death of Steam away from my favorite character, I'm going to take that option because it's just not worth it. Yes, Hope should be called out on her bullshit, but is it worth it to call her out on her bullshit if you have to put up with Steam bullshit to go along with it?
I would absolutely put up with Steffi slapping Hope in the face with the damn truth. That is a one-time
If
thing.
they left it at that,
It
yes, but they
correct.
would.
That's what needs to happen. Because listen, the real thing is that I just don't like that Hope feels like she has the high ground. I just need her to be reminded that she doesn't. Now, Liam is trash. We all know that.
Of
We
course
don't.
it is.
Nobody in
Thank
here want
God.
Liam. You
Mm-mm.
know, nobody wants him, and that's facts. But again, Steffi should be able to still have those feelings and not be looked at like she's still in love with Liam. I would I got the bandwidth to do it all, honey. I can hold the grudge and move on at the same time and be real petty with it.
can we put a pin in it and
I'm
move
gonna
on to
say,
the next?
but hold
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
I've been trying to say something for 15 minutes now, and I'm almost and forgot what I was wanting to say.
Don't
Um,
forget.
for
Uh-oh.
me, if all I would really like, and this would make it for me, I would really like for Steffi to ask Hope, "Do you remember where you came from?" And just
Wow, bubbles.
and just
Wow.
said that because that's the only thing that needs to be said at this point. Ma'am, do you remember when you want to talk about your mom was never interfered in anybody's anything? Do
Mm,
you remember your origin story?
mm,
Do you ever sit at night and think about how Bridget should have been your mama instead of your sister?
So you know, bubbles. I
Mm.
think
leave
I
up the
think we
bubble
all
to
can
come up
live
with
with
some
that. I
argument.
think that's a good compromise. Don't you think,
Yes,
darling?
yes.
No, I think it's a good compromise, and I wish they would. But you see, all the links they went to not even let Bridget and Deacon even stare at each other. So
But maybe,
it's
You
like,
know that's a shame.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's weird.
They
It's
but
tried
maybe
to
we
cross
it's
like
that
weird
way
shit.
over the Y and R, but they could not write him having in a single interaction with Bridget. That's
Nope.
Yeah,
real crazy.
I think that was really like a big elephant in the room that everybody obviously saw.
That's what
I'm
everybody
waiting
been
on it.
waiting for.
I didn't think they were. When they said that they were bringing back Ashley Jones, and then they said that Sean Key was coming back. I just figured oh, I guess it's a matter of time. Apparently, it's not because Ashley Jones isn't on anymore. She hasn't been around since Steffi got out the hospital. No,
because
excuse me.
No,
Since
no,
Quinn. I'm
they
sorry.
she hasn't been on since the
Since Quinn.
reveal of yeah,
Yeah, since
Quinn.
Donna and Eric got caught playing pickleball.
Right.
Yeah, and
and
that's
So
the
that's
only
all
reason
they
why she was
needed her
around.
for.
Remember, that's what Brad said that she was around for a story in the summer. That was it to
Yep.
catch
pretty
Eric.
much. Disappointing. I was disappointed. I will say that.
And can you
But
blame Renna for leaving? No.
no, I can't. Not considering what we get, I don't blame her in a little bit. But one thing I did like about the Steffi Hope confrontation, Steffi has been thoroughly not bothered, and she treated Hope like the annoyance that she was.
Yep.
That's what I
Like
want.
she was a damn she was trying to
That's what
slide.
I want to see, y'all. Oh, did she really, darling?
Yes, she did. Steffi was in there looking at designs, and she was showing one to Paris, and she thought Hope was coming in there to talk shop. And then Hope ran Paris off, and Steffi even told her, "You was kind of rude how you did that, you know."
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
thing is,
Oh,
Sophie, see, this is what I mean. How does she get to walk around like she owns something? This is
what?
Deacon's bastard. She is not owed anything. She hasn't done shit for Forrester.
Oh, hell no. You mean to
Mm-mm-mm.
tell me she got rid of Steffi's appointment out of her office
Well,
to
yeah,
go and
she
talk
was
shit?
showing Paris Zende and Thomas's latest design, and they were really feeling it. And when Hope came in, she wanted to show them to her because she thought that's
Oh,
what she was there for, because it's for the Hope for the Future line. But then Hope bust up and said, she's like, "Well, actually, I'm gonna look at those later, Steffi. I actually needed to speak with you alone about something." And she had that look on her face, and Paris was like, "Oh, okay, I'ma just go then." Because she could tell, oh, this is some shit between y'all. Yeah, let
oh,
me go. Mm.
hell no. See,
But but Steffi handled it though, because Steffi
Yeah,
treated her just as unbothered as she wants to. Steffi
yes,
continues
she
to
did.
tell this girl, "I don't like your mammy. She's a hoe. I want my daddy with my mama. I don't care what you say. So go run alone." Steffi keep telling her the same thing. I don't know why she keep running
How
up in Steffi face.
dare you? The part that had me tripping the most was when she was getting the breakdown from Brooke before she ran her ass. Because the thing is, it was like they had a council of war where Hope decided, "I'm going to go talk to Steffi," and Brooke said, "And I'm going to go talk to Taylor." I'm like, "You bitches is going places to get slapped down. Okay, let me get my popcorn."
Oh
Yeah, so
my
Taylor is
God.
such a class act. Taylor was very classy today.
She was.
She's talking to Brooke like a woman. She's letting Brooke know, that she understands that this is a difficult time. I want Taylor to be as callous to Brooke as Brooke was to her when Brooke was going after Taylor's young family. Brooke would tell Taylor in her face, "She going after her husband. I'm gonna sleep with him. I don't care what you say." I'm gonna
But
need
She
Taylor to
sure
tell
did.
Brooke.
I know, but that's not Taylor's style, really, though.
But I'm gonna need Taylor to just let her know. I have no respect for your marriage.
I want Taylor to tell
I
her if
think
I
she just,
wanted your man, I could have
I
been
kind of
had him.
now I get what the Hope people be talking about now when they say Hope can't say nothing, Hope can't fight back, because I don't like hearing Taylor can't say that, or Taylor isn't like that. Taylor needs to be like that. You need to be able to get down in the dirt and meet a Hope where they at.
But
Sometimes that's where you have to meet them.
she
I
has
think
she has got she has got down in the dirt. And those are the moments when they call her crazy. She has gotten mud slung. She has scratched couple people eyeballs out. She gotten dirty, but she pick and choose her moments. She don't have to show her heat all the time. And
Yeah,
that's a
Taylor
real
needs to
lady.
just tell
That's
Brooke
a
that she
real
can
lady.
have
She ain't
Ridge
gotta
just like that.
yeah,
That.
she ain't gotta go tit for tat with Brooke because she know Brooke and her are not of the same caliber. Brooke
No, they're
on something
not.
else. I'm on this page. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't gotta play, she don't gotta mud fight
And the
with her
big
all
and
the time.
not it's not just that though, Can. The thing is, here's the thing. Could Taylor get down to Brooke's level? Absolutely, she could. And Brooke would totally deserve it. But this is the thing. Taylor don't need to get to Brooke's mud level to get rich.
You know
She
what I'm
doesn't
saying?
have to. She don't have to do all of that shit.
Yes.
She
And
That's
it
don't have
don't
it.
have to be. Why does it got to be about Ridge? Taylor don't have to do that to get rich. No, but Taylor, I feel as though Taylor needs to treat Brooke with the respect that Brooke treated her. It's not fair when one side is always got the gun and the other side is always defending. It needs to be a little more balanced. I mean, Taylor's so sweet. She's been telling her kids to back off. She's being respectful to Brooke. Can she be petty once?
Can I say something to you, Sam?
Yes.
Is it a real gun if it's pellets? If it's rubber bullets? Because the bullets that Brooke has been shooting off has all been rubber.
blank,
Now
blank.
let Taylor shoot off a gun. It's gonna be a 357 Magnum. It ain't finna be no rubber. She finna shed some heads. And you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Because she could always do anything to disrupt Brooke. Brooke has always been very volatile. She has always been just one blink away from a straitjacket. You know what I'm saying? But Taylor does not go there with her. So it's like she always treats Brooke like a patient, if you ask me. The way that she talked to her, the way that she be concerned about her, the way that
She
she
know
thinks,
Brooke ain't rap tight.
yeah, the way that she think about her needs over her own needs. Now, if you actually was looking at if you actually look at it long enough, and we on the outside, she actually has always treated Brooke like a patient.
She really do.
Brooke is a patient.
Yeah,
Like somebody who's always on the edge of disaster, because she always is.
Mm-hmm. She is. So I mean,
Y'all,
Brooke is always making it about Reg. She always makes it about Reg. And Taylor doesn't look at it like it's always about Reg. It's always about how do you conduct yourself as a person, as a woman, as a lady. And see, it's always when it's with Brooke, it's always about the value of how a man sees you. And that's the separation in it. That's why it always come back to Reg, because that's how Brooke perceives it.
Even the Douglas situation is about Ridge, as far as she's concerned. Everything about Ridge.
Everything is always about Ridge, because everything always boils down about her. She can't never see a situation outside of herself because she's too selfish. She's raised her daughter to be the same way. Ridge, Thomas wanting to be with Douglas has nothing to do with Brooke and Ridge.
No, it doesn't.
Not from what we've seen on screen. Right. Not from what we've seen on screen.
For Taylor coming back, he would never want Douglas. See, this is all Taylor and Steffy. You know, they trying to interrupt my marriage with Ridge, and they trying to come in between you being Douglas's mother. You know, it's these two.
Crazy
these two
shit.
bitches. You know,
because that's the thing. According to Brooke, Steffy and Taylor are Taylor and her kids are supposed to have nothing. Only Hope and her kids supposed to have something. So anything that Hope wants, she's supposed to have. And if anybody want to take it, it's a mortal sin. Even if that thing is somebody else's son. Thomas Forster wanting his own son, Douglas Forster, Brooke sees as somebody trying to take something from Hope.
From Hope.
How crazy is that?
And Liam too. Liam chiming in on that bell too, because he's actually sitting up there talking about some. You know, Thomas, when did he want to become a hands-on dad all the time? Now all of a sudden he wants Douglas to live with him. Oh, because you don't know how to be a daddy. So everybody should be like you. You know.
The Jim Jones Kool-Aid they serving at the Logan Mansion is really, really strong because they all drinking it.
He actually said Thomas is holding Douglas hostage.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said at Olive Garden. I said, oh boy, please, hostage. He's practically holding him hostage. No, he's a father spending time with his son, but you wouldn't know that about being a parent spending time with your child, but that's another story.
It's a whole nother story.
Hold on, sir. Holding the boy hostage? What?
Yes. Yes.
You can't go nowhere. He can't leave the house. He being held hostage. What?
By his own father.
By his daddy and his
by him daddy.
House. What?
Even after Hope came home and told him Douglas wanted to stay.
Exactly. Hope even said it. Hope, it came out. This is not something that came out of Douglas's mouth. Or out of Thomas's mouth. This is what Hope told the fool when she came back from the Foresters. Okay? It don't get no more. As far as I'm concerned, they don't believe nothing that come out of anybody whose last name is Forrester mouth. But they don't even, Brooke and Liam in conjunction, don't even take Hope seriously when she's telling them this. That's how far out to lunch they are.
No, of course not. That's why when she came home that day crying, coming in that cabin crying, talking about something, he wouldn't give me my toy, aka Douglas. And Liam is like, this is what I'm talking about. He know how you're gonna get upset, and he's just bothering you. He's trying to do something. He knows how effective you're gonna be. Look, I'm not gonna sit up here and pacify your spoiled child. Hell no, I got my own child. Douglas is my child. Hope is your child. You worry about your child bragging this, and I worry about raising mine. That's what Liam don't get. He's sitting up there
Liam is childish. He don't
He
even care
is.
about what's going on with his own daughter. Liam has not seen his own daughter. How long?
Who
Facts.
knows?
Facts.
Since they got back from Monaco, as far as I know.
Nope, they haven't. He
The
haven't
only
seen it.
so listen. The only thing that proved to me is Liam has no use for Kelly unless
Never
Steffy is
did.
single and don't have a man in her life.
Correcto. Or unless he's having some kind of trouble with Hope or whatever. Oh wait, before I forget, I wanted to break down a timeline that was very clearly outlined today that I found hilarious.
Mm.
Because all of these confrontations that are taking place today and that are going, because apparently we're going to be in confrontations from now till the end of the week. It's
Clearly.
just that right now we're doing Hope and Steffi, then and we're doing Brooke and Taylor, and then I think tomorrow we're supposed to do Hope and Thomas, and then by Friday we're on Brooke and Thomas. So we're in for nothing but confrontations for the rest of the week.
Clearly.
Behind what happened when Steffi had that little impromptu kickback at her house. So
I guess we're gonna
I
be
ain't know.
having confrontations to the end of the damn year then. 'Cause
pretty much. So
I'm
the
not over
the
that one. I'm still kicking
the
and screaming about that.
So the chain of so according to Team Logan, the marshal sin was Steffi answering that phone and electing not to bother her father and hanging up on Brooke and being a smart mouth to her. So we found out from Brooke herself this morning that Ridge did come home, but he came home after she went to bed, and then he got up and left before she got her ass out of bed. And Brooke thinks her problem is Steffi picking up the phone. Bitch, you need to be asking yourself why your husband obviously saw that you called him and that you texted him and he never got back with you
Hmm,
before he went to Steffi's to Malibu and even after he got out of Malibu. Then when
hmm,
he got home, he didn't wake you up. He just went his ass to sleep. And then as soon as the dawn hit, as soon as the sunlight hit the coast, his ass was out the door before you
hmm.
could even get the crust out of your eyes. But you think Steffi intercepting that call is what's wrong? Your husband is avoiding you.
Yes, he is, and I'm gonna need you to know. Anytime you sit up there and you got your husband avoiding you, it's because he know it's around that time for you to mate, and he ain't trying to mate with your ass. He gonna miss every opportunity on purpose to not be around Brooke right now, cause he know her cycle. He know when it's time to be heated. He know when she ready, and he like, I finna go home, cause all she gonna try to do is have sex with me.
Because
I
here's the
think
thing.
so.
She had that whole living room decked out. What do you want
Mhm.
to lay odds that shit was still decked out when Ridge walked his ass through the living room
You
door?
better
He would have
believe it.
He could have woke her up if he wanted some.
Yep, he sure
Exactly.
could have.
I think Bubbles was the one who said that Brooke Coochie must turn into a pumpkin at midnight.
honey, because she let him come home and go to bed. I'd have been sitting right up there with Andre and that food and some damn chafing dishes. Bitch, I don't care where you just came from, but you could have had some respect for me to call and let me know that you wasn't coming. All damn day I've been trying to call you. For her
Yep.
12 hours, you ain't miss me, motherfucker. We ain't fucking now. We fixing the fucking
Right.
fight. And we might fuck later, but right now I need to know why your ass thought it was okay for you to leave this house for 12 damn hours. I know you see my text messages. The little bubble says you read the shit. So don't
Lady
sit
Hmm.
there
Sanchez
and tell me
here.
Left on red.
And
Lady
every
Sanchez here.
time,
Lady Sanchez here.
and every single time she is with him, she is pouring herself on top of him, begging him to reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
He is not trying to reconnect with that crumbled up cookie.
No,
You better believe
not at
it.
all. Not at all. He
He
dodging them
mm-mm.
cookies like they stale.
They all
They
fail.
always talk about Liam don't want Steffy since she slept with Bill. Thank God. Ridge is out of this marriage.
Yes,
He
he is.
don't
Mentally and
want her.
emotionally, he is literally gone already.
Yes, he been checked out. He checked out a
He going
long
through the
That's
time ago.
right.
motions.
A
He
year ago.
literally going through the motions. That's it.
That's
That
it.
is
That's
absolutely
all.
it.
And now
Yeah,
Brooke actually is starting to
yeah.
sound frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
On more than
welcome
one
in, lady. Welcome in, Lady Sanchez. Did you
Thank
want to
you.
break
How
into
y'all
the flow since we
doing?
was already an hour
Good.
in? We good,
Mhm.
girl. We
I
good.
know, I know. But look, the only thing I wanted to say was Did Brooke say that Ridge came in late and didn't touch her?
Yes.
Yes.
She was telling Hope, Steffi ruined all of my plans last night. You know, Rich came home after I went to bed, and then when I got up this morning, he was
He was
already
already
gone because
gone.
he
He
had
was
that early
gone.
conference call. But look, this how the scene opened up. She was on the phone, leaving him yet another message. Hi, honey. I know you came in after I went to sleep last night, and
Uh-uh.
in that early morning conference call. So you didn't
Uh-uh.
stay that this
Mhm.
morning before you left. I was still asleep. So I guess maybe I'll talk to you later. I'm just
Mm-mm. Desperate.
at the house.
That marriage is over. Listen, I heard when I
Yes, it
came
is.
in, I heard Sam saying Ridge is emotionally
Check
gone.
that. Check
He
that.
has checked out. And you know what? That's what a man do when they don't want you no more.
Yep.
That's what a man do when it's somebody else. They got they may be they don't even have to be another woman. They could just simply be checked out because they don't want you no more.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
it. They done grew.
He
They
is
have
the
grown
fact
out the relationship. They have grown, but and they want something more. People change anyway. They change in how in work environments is a relationship. All relationships grow. Either you grow together, you grow apart, and they have obviously grown apart.
I mean, let's
well,
call it what it is.
whatever the
Ridge is
reason is,
ghosting her. He is basically
that's what
ghosting
I'm
his
saying.
wife.
That's
Yes,
right.
he is.
That's right.
Yes, he is. That's exactly what he's doing. You right, darling. Exactly.
They live in the same house though, and that's why it's so fucking humorous to me.
Yeah.
Because she gonna have to stay up 24 hours a day. She gonna have to turn into a damn vampire to even
So she
see
can check on Rich.
her husband because her husband is avoiding her. He coming in late. Okay, that's understandable. I don't want to wake you
Yeah.
up when I come home because you already sleep. So I'm just gonna let you wait sleep. But I'll be damned if I get up in the morning and I don't wake you up with a kiss, or I ain't got a whole lot of time because I got this meeting. But I just want
Yeah.
to wake you up and tell you that I loved you because I missed you before you went to bed last
Cause that's right. That's
Can't even
right.
get that.
And he could have got up extra early so he can tend to her needs. I mean, if especially if it was all good, then why not Ridge making it his business to get up just a little bit extra early so he can give his destiny that great big old kiss and say, I'm sorry I was running late and I missed your call, but here you go. Let me give you some little nook before I go to work. Let me tap it real fast, ta 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 ta, and go ahead on to work. He didn't even do that. He didn't even touch her.
he
He
don't
didn't
Nope.
He
touch her.
didn't even he didn't even put the coffee on for her ass. Cause most men,
Yeah,
if they came home to some kind of elaborate setup that made it obvious that they missed out on an event their wife planned, they would at least made you coffee the next morning and said, "Babe, I'm sorry. I
look,
didn't
I
mean I
don't
didn't know
know
you
about
was
y'all,
trying
but
to do something."
I'm gonna tell you like this here, darling. And this is Brooke freaking Logan here. She should be waking up on the wood, okay? That early morning wood. This is Brooke freaking Logan. Why didn't he wake her up before he went and got that first pee out? He should have woke her up.
You
What's
want to
He
know
going
the
on in
answer?
snuck.
your marriage? He
He
did not only
snuck
make
out.
her coffee,
Not the first
darling.
pee out.
He didn't leave her breakfast. He didn't even leave her a note with a little rose on it. He just skedaddled.
He
And
That
don't
even
need to
man
before
cook
is
that,
for. She
gone.
got all them leftovers from last night. What she need breakfast cooked for? He
and
could
Yeah,
listen,
you
even
left the
before,
leftovers, but left her little rose right on top the plate with her leftovers on it. He didn't even do that, Bubbles.
he
he
didn't
didn't
That
listen.
man is
Y'all talking
gone.
about the dinner. Ridge has not been talking to her ass at all. Let me tell you something. Yesterday, yesterday, Ridge
Yeah,
left that house
yeah,
and he went to work. He
yeah,
was not answering her calls all that day. You hear me? All that
Mm-hmm.
day.
yeah,
Because she went ahead to go ahead and start planning this romantic evening, even though she hadn't heard back from him yet.
yeah.
All these hours are going by where Steffi had not even proposed a family afternoon.
Nope, she played
Yeah.
Brooke,
hooky that day with
Ridge
her
was not
husband and the kids.
Ridge was
Yeah.
not talking to Brooke all that time. It's not that Ridge didn't kiss Brooke. It ain't Ridge didn't give her the dick. Ridge is not even communicating with her.
He's not.
Ridge
Nope.
don't want to be in the same room with her because when he musters up the strength to go to her, she's got either another cockroach around her or
Yeah.
she's bashing his children.
That's right.
So what is
That's
the
right.
man? Why would he keep running there? He can't stand her. There's
Yeah.
nothing left in the relationship but all the complaints that's piling up between the two of them. And these are
Yeah.
complaints that you just can't fix. You can't fix the fact that everything that Hope wants is in direct conflict to what Steffi and Thomas want. You can't
Yes.
fix that shit.
Yeah.
And it's been that
There's
way for a
nothing in
couple of
that
years.
relationship because now
Yeah.
they got this relationship that was already built on nothing but lust anyway.
Yeah.
It worked when they were young and sexy, but it does not work now because neither are
Right.
young and sexy, and both of them, and neither one of them have chemistry with each other. It's
Yeah.
not working. It's painful. It's painful for us. I would like Steffi Forrester Finnegan to smash that thing. Like, what is that toy called? That toy that destroys everything? Terrible Tom? I don't know what the fuck it is, but I want her to demolish it all. I want
Yeah.
her to kill it dead.
Yeah.
Well, she's well on her way to it because the cracks. The thing is the problem is that the playbook that Brooke has meticulously built, because she built that playbook from the floor up from the 80s on.
All
The
day.
play Yes, the playbook that she built and used religiously to wreck other people's relationships. The very playbook that she passed down to her daughter so that she
Yeah.
could get what she wanted. That same playbook is being run back against her. The only
Yeah.
difference is nobody got to show up half naked in lingerie to make shit
That's right.
crackle on this.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
And because
And
Speak
Brooke,
on it.
because here's the thing, because that's my thing right here is that because think about, just follow the logic for a minute. You're Brooke Logan. Paris thought, but you're Brooke Logan. You
Right.
wake up and realize your man came home after you went to sleep and he
Yeah.
left before you woke up. And your first thought the next morning is to try to call him so you could talk to him, but he's on a conference call, so you can't get him. So you decide to truck your ass over to Malibu and take issue with your stepdaughter and her mother about your husband's piss poor performance last night. Because that's Brooke's whole problem. She can't see the forest for the trees. She is focusing so hard on Steffi and Thomas and what they're saying about her bullshit marriage and how and what their feelings are about it, about Tridge getting back together, that she refuses to confront the fact that the Tridge kids aren't her problem. Taylor is not her problem. Ridge is her problem.
you know
That's
why?
right,
You know why she
darling. That's
can't
right.
face it? You know why she can't face it? Because haven't we all been saying that Brooke has been very passive and very full of herself and haughty and just really like taking all this for granted. Like, oh, it's just Thomas and Steffi and we'll get over it. We're Destiny and we'll reconnect. Like she living in La La Land, right? It's
Even her kids are
like,
looking at her like that.
Right.
exactly. It's almost like she has literally bought her own bullshit about Destiny. And she literally believes that it is truly a thing and it is just so. I don't think it really dawns on her that Ridge is already gone. It's
No.
clear that, I mean, to all of us, that Brooke should be realizing there's something wrong in her marriage
Yeah.
outside of what she keeps blaming outside forces because she is incapable of realizing that her destiny is nothing more than a figment of her imagination and that Ridge and her are not on the same page. She
At
thinks they
all.
Anymore.
are and they are not.
Anymore. Because let me tell you, so Sam, you know that video that Sin Rising put up today? Because you commented on it. I know you seen it, the one where the deacon fight, remember?
Yeah.
And they had Brooke standing up there, telling Ridge, you have to forgive me. Please, Ridge, you have to forgive me. I didn't mean to. You're my
Mm-hmm.
destiny. I was protecting Hope. And he was like, how is protecting Hope putting your mouth all over Deacon? So
Right.
that's Brooke from what you just said, though. But that's Brooke whole thing. That's why she been running around. Hold on, my seatbelt. That's why she been running around here so confident because that's her excuse. And that's what she does all the time. She does the sin and she apologizes and she tells him, "You're my destiny," and he forgives her and he takes her back and life goes on. But this time he's not doing that. Just like Sam, you hit it right on the nose because she is so confident she has it in her head that no matter what she does, Ridge will always be there because that's her destiny. And
Yeah,
so
She
that's
she
bought her
a,
own bullshit.
that's also a form of entrapment. Like you can't tell me that he not being held hostage. You got this man feeling like if you leave him, if he leaves you, you're going to fold yourself up into a little ball and you're going to just be
like
unconsolable.
she
you
can't
going
do
you
it
gonna have
automatically.
a right, you're gonna have a whole deacon experience all over again. That right there, that's manipulation of a different course.
It's
Like,
emotional abuse.
yes, it is. Because you can't tell me all that shit that
Yeah,
she told Hope that she don't do. She said, I don't hold him hostage. I never held him hostage. I have not done anything underhanded and I have not done any manipulating. Are you fucking kidding me? That is all you've ever done. From the
That
infancy.
actually made Matt Henby mad.
Yes,
Yeah,
it did.
that was a
I
yeah,
told him.
that
I'm
was a
sorry.
bold front face lie.
So we finna just start rewriting shit and just finna just start. Oh, okay, clock me out. I was
See,
like,
I don't
Yeah,
blame and I don't
exactly. That
blame Matt
actually
for
made him
saying that
mad.
because it was like because that's the thing. He's a Brooke fan, and even he was like, okay, now y'all know that's not true. Y'all
right.
getting the history wrong because on one hand, y'all saying Brooke didn't try to do anything underhanded to come between Brooke and between Taylor and Ridge is just it's just not reality. Then
It's it's
y'all
it's
can't even
bald face,
then they
right? It's
yeah
insulting.
then
Well,
they can't even get Brooke's history right about who she cheated on who with who. So it's
Right,
like they dropping the ball all over the place.
yeah,
right.
because you
right.
gotta remember some of these people that are Hoganites that love Brooke and love the character Brooke, they love her actions. They love you gotta realize that they don't give a damn who and what she interfered with. They love Brooke character because they either have been sold on that propaganda that she's the little dog and the forces are always attacking her. So whatever she does is only because she's doing
No,
it to, come out on top.
used to look. Brooke used to. She was that bitch you love to hate. Like we didn't like Brooke. This Brooke they got now, just denying everything and not taking accountability.
Right.
The Brooke that did her dirt, like Sam
We
was
like.
talking yesterday, like she went over there. I think that was you can posted that video with Macy, and she was sitting back there in that lingerie smirking and shit.
Smirking.
That
Hmm.
was that was the Brooke we grew up with. Brooke didn't give
Mhm.
Yeah,
a top for fuck your man and take your man home. What?
Right.
Man,
Because she deserved, and that's right. There was
that's right.
balance. Brooke was horrible, and Stephanie made her pay for it. The balance was there. So there were absolute times where Brooke deserved everything Stephanie gave her. And then
Yeah,
there were times where Stephanie would go way too far and you would
yeah,
feel sorry for Brooke. The balance was there. But
that's
what we
right.
have been having in the past 20 years is absolutely no fucking balance where Brooke has been concerned.
Yeah,
That's why, like most of us are just like happy that Steffi even has a target on her ass now, and it anchors all of us, even to Matt, where now that we have the possibility of an epic rivalry
yeah,
between characters of caliber, Steffi and Brooke. Those two supposed to be going head to head. That's what Steffi was created for. Now, why are you going to take Brooke's teeth out? Why are you going to have her deny her history? This is when you ought to have her put it fully back on and have her doing exactly what she used to do to try and get her man back. They not
I
doing
know.
it though. They
couldn't
want to
say
make
that
her a
no
victim
more.
instead. This is not suited for this character.
1999 Brooke would have never been caught slipping like Brooke, like 2022 Brooke was caught slipping last night.
Okay, she
Correct.
was falling out of the elevator halfway naked with him. With
And
And
I like that because Matt, he like Taylor and Brooke. But
he
the the
does.
the main thing about Matt is that he loves the show, and he's just like us. He's been watching Bold since day one, so
Right.
he loves the show. So he wants them to get it right. You know, he not out here pretending Brooke never did her dirt, and he not out here pretending any other character on the show for that matter.
They
He's
are
not one of
betraying the
those type
character.
of stain account, right? That's not the type of stain account Matt had. And
Nope.
he, you know, so I see his point. We right there with him. I
Exactly.
right
Because
there
you know
with
what?
you.
When Matt did the paint fight, it
Yeah,
was freaking hilarious because he was throwing in all that history.
yeah,
Facts. Facts. I mean,
yeah.
why can't the show just stick with the facts?
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Don't
Like
be
it's really hard. It got to be really hard for them to do
It can't
research
be.
or something because
Because you know
I
what?
mean, for
It got to
they
be
miss,
cheap. It
but
got to
see,
be
they
cheap to
miss
find
so
a
many
watcher.
points. They miss so many points. Like for me though, for me personally, it still should. I don't give a damn how many points a person make. You've been there since the beginning as executive producer, as you know, co-writers. Brad has been there since his dad was doing the show, so he know all these characters from infancy. So my whole thing is when the shit hit the fan and it ain't writing right. Why don't you say something? Oh no, that wasn't how that went. This how it went. Why are
Because
you
you know
letting the
he the
shit
one
get
writing the
aired?
stories though. But
Why
he's the
you letting
head
the shit
writer.
get aired is my point.
So for my, maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. So Brad is the head writer. He basically does the outline. Basically tell them what he wants written.
Correct.
And they have to write the
He
words and they
developed the
have to
plot.
make it work.
Right.
They have to put it to
He
life.
developed the plot of the storyline. Right.
Right. So he all he does is imagine shit and he leaves it in other people's hands to actually write it. And that's the disconnect because all the dialogue, he might have one idea, and I truly believe it because that's why he won't let go of steam. I believe he thinks he's written some love story like Brooke and Ridge, and it ain't so because whoever he's trusting to write his stories are just fucking it up. And then the actors, on the other hand, they have some sort of freedom to try to make it work. So I mean, really, it's like is the cart chasing the horse because
Yeah, because
they all got it wrong.
yeah, he doesn't. He does not come across as a person who really gives a damn about his stories. He just wants you to tell this point, get this point across, this point across. I don't care if it does not go according to soap history. I don't care if it's not factual. I just want you to prove this point for right now because today in 2022, 1999 and all them years don't even matter. Because I
And
think
you know what?
somebody said it. I forgot which actor it was. It's what they right now is what they were focusing on now. They don't too much go about what
Research.
happened in the past.
See, they couldn't have me. See,
Krista
they couldn't
said it
have
on
me up in
Gold
there because
Friday.
I beat and said, look, they got 35 seasons of this ragged ass show. Okay, you know what? If you're a writer for this show, I'm only gonna make you responsible for remembering what happened in the last 3 or 4 years max. Those other 30 years, get me 30 interns, make each one of them watch one season of Bold and the Beautiful, and when you need somebody to recall facts, go talk to their ass.
Say that.
Shit.
Honey, they
It
could
makes
have hired
that's what I'm saying. It don't take
Gabriel.
nothing. It shouldn't cost a damn dime to get research on what the fuck we think about the show and what actually happened. It should take only one damn person to actually put in the damn 30 minutes a day to watch it. 18
That,
minutes a day,
that's
actually.
19 if you
It
watching
don't
it without
take that
commercials.
much
but that's
because
my
they got
thing
to see
though.
how
You
this shit
know,
come across screen because they think Liam is a good dad because it's
yeah,
just not
that's
coming
the
across.
bullshit.
Whatever they think they doing.
That whole thing, that whole interview,
Go ahead.
besides how they set up that and plagiarized everything that Bubble said in the damn bowl, my whole thing was how y'all gonna sit up here and tell a whole lot? First of all, how you don't know what you writing? How you don't know you writing this shit? How you don't know what? So you mean to tell me it's a different writer writing for every day of the week, and y'all don't prepare? That's not how this
See,
shit works. Y'all
I
sitting on the
give
same paper.
I give the actors a lot more leeway because they got too much to remember to
Yeah,
actually know exactly how things have fallen and what they've said over the seasons. But the
yeah,
writers and whoever the hell is actually responsible for quality control, if they have such a thing, I tend to think they do not. I don't know what the hell their excuse is.
they don't. They just want to write and get the shit done. You ask me.
I put more stock the way Ken described it actually sounds accurate based on what we see. Brad Bell basically telling them get these points across because what do we get? We get beat over the head with repetitive dialogue. Most of the
Yep,
Yeah,
script is most of the
yeah,
dialogue is just repetitive. It absolutely sounds like that is exactly what
yeah,
they
because
do.
it take root into why it's so much laziness in it. Because if you only trying to get 3 points across in a storyline, that's not that hard. That's not hard at all.
Mm-mm.
So that's why you keep putting in the in. You can't write no essay. You can't give me a 500-word essay off of this storyline with 45 does and 99 ands.
And you that makes sense.
I
Listen,
know.
so
I'm
what
not.
we so
I
like the instance like my husband. How many times we hear my husband? That's beat over into our heads.
yeah,
Destiny being beat
yeah,
over into our heads. Forrester
That
Logan War.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
hmm Now, one question I have about tomorrow is, so we thought maybe they screwed up with the Spencer Brothers spoiler, but apparently they didn't. So
Right,
Yeah,
right.
apparently,
Yeah, we
I
got it
guess
today.
Bill must have called Liam to gossip about what happened. Cause yes, all three of them. That's why I hate the trope that women love to gossip. Don't nobody gossip on this show more than the Spencer men at this
yeah.
point.
Real
The
life
Spencer
too.
ladies.
Real
The
Yes.
life
Spencer
So
too.
ladies.
It's more men
so
that got more than be females in real life too.
I call
so
them the gossip girls, Sam.
Yes, they
and
are.
so
Yep.
So
Mm,
tomorrow we gonna get after Dollar Bill just finished slobbering all over Brooke's shoes. We gonna get
yeah.
him joining Lee for lunch,
Uh-uh.
which
Uh-uh.
I got mixed
I
feelings
don't
about
even
that
want
now.
it now. I don't want it. Mm-mm.
I
Nope.
I got real mixed feelings about it. I was looking forward to it last week when they said that they were gonna end up having lunch together at Il Giardino. I was like, okay, that's a good sign. But now after all this mess that then went down with him using Katie as an excuse to slob all over Brooke's heels, I'm like,
Yeah. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
it.
it's unappetizing
I wanted to stay
now.
away from Lee now. I mean, I was ready to look past all of his transgressions. I mean, I think I could have, at least halfway just tolerated Bill if they were gonna give him lead. But after they did this, had him over there singing his praises and licking Brooke boots, and now he finna go over there and try to slob down on Lee. No, I don't want it. You can
It's
keep Billy.
disgusting.
I don't want it no more.
It's disgusting. We can't have nice things ever. We
No,
can't
we can't.
have nice
They
things
took
ever.
all the air out of those tires.
Yep.
But you know what, guys? If we don't have it, then how we gonna get Lee back on script? Because we can't just throw her away like they threw away Jack. Obviously, Jack does not exist in the world like Finn.
Well, I'm hoping that tweet from Ted King from like I think it was not last week but the week before. I'm hoping that means we'll be getting Jack in the future. I don't know if that's what it meant, but I'm really hoping that's what it meant.
Did somebody
Hopefully,
tag him?
because
Well, no, yeah. Somebody had responded to something he said, and he retweeted it saying that Jack had been MIA for a while. So I don't know if that was meant to draw attention to the fact that Jack hasn't been around, but he will be around. That may be me reading more into Twitter than I should, or it may just be me
I
hoping.
think that's wishful thinking.
they don't even
I
Probably
think it's wishful
they don't
thinking.
even
Yeah.
write that Finn communicates with him.
no. They didn't
We
even
don't
put a
even hear
throwaway line
we
about
don't even
that.
hear it mentioned. I mean,
No,
the
they
first
don't.
thing was when Finn said, you and Dad were everything I needed growing up. I mean, it's real bullshit. I mean, this
It
is what I
is.
mean. We get great actors, brand new, fresh characters, and instead of using
Mhm,
them, we get Tridge
mhm.
versus Bridge in
Yeah,
2022.
yeah,
Yep.
And
yeah,
they got
yeah.
Steffy Forster Finnegan capping for her dad's eggplant instead of riding her husband's. They got Thomas worshiping Hope, and begging her to allow him to raise him and Caroline's son.
Yeah. Yeah. That part.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. I mean, Jack
But you know
and
what?
Lee.
We also forgetting the fact that Caroline was like a daughter to Bill. How come Bill has not said anything to Thomas? How come he hasn't, stepped up as the patriarch of the Spencer family and put his bid in and said, I've talked to my sister and this, that, and the third. They not bring that.
Oh, he's a
That's my
complete
thing.
turncoat. He
Yeah,
he is
he
a complete
hasn't said.
turncoat. Ooh.
But this is my thing. He hasn't said anything to anybody in the Forrester family about Douglas. Is what I'm getting at. Like he just talked to Liam about it.
He too busy licking Brooke boots. He don't care. He a Loganite too now.
That's exactly right.
So why would we have
Exactly right.
Bill speaking up or saying anything for Douglas? Look at what he was doing yesterday. Look at what he was
He don't
doing
even
today.
work at Sister
That's all
Publications.
we're gonna get
There's no
from Bill.
That's
and
ridiculous.
he don't even work at Spencer Publications anymore. Bill Spencer is nothing more than Brooke's cheerleader and
Yep.
using Katie's name to sit up under Brooke and worship her and build her up while Ridge is over there flirting up with Taylor. That's all
That's
Bill
it.
exists for. Now, this Bill
That's
and Lee
it.
thing, I think that they probably just scrambling. It's not going to come of anything. They may be
No.
Oh,
random
I agree at this
scenes.
point.
Yeah, that's
They may be
I
just
disgusting.
agree.
random scenes
Yeah,
of just recapping.
I
Man,
they
mean,
it's
can go
nothing.
with
we
that.
it came
I'm
out
just
with the
blind. I'm
yeah,
blind with that.
it came out with it came out with potential. Sometimes, and that's the thing. Sometimes bold sells you good potential
Mm.
really, really well, and it's really well packaged. It's kind of like it's like an infomercial. Bold basically sells you infomercial potential pairings. But the problem is it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, you watching, and you know what? You don't know how to make bread, but that bread maker that Ron Popeil's selling is looking real damn good. So you know what? I'm order that bitch. And then when it gets here and you open it up, if you realize it ain't nothing like what they just tried to sell you.
Yep.
You know what it is. You realize it's the same damn thing you already had. We gonna get Brooke needing to cry on Bill's shoulder because a deacon's going to be otherwise engaged with Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to get. And then since Bill is over there with Brooke, Ridge is
It,
going to turn into regular Ridge again. He's going to start screaming and growling and grunting again. We're
Mm-mm.
going to get exactly what we already had.
Mm-mm.
That's the mind fuck. We're going to end up
Yep.
right back where we started.
Yep. That's what
Always
he's
playing
looking
with
at.
people's goddamn intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm,
are we
mm,
done with
mm.
this topic? Can we talk about what else happened today? Was there anything else happen? Any Sheikah action? Anything?
No
No,
Sheikah
it
today.
was no, today was strictly Tridge v Bridge and people whining about missed phone calls and shit. There wasn't really a lot of momentum, so to speak, because like I said, we're gonna spend the rest of the week with people fighting over this entire matter. That's pretty much what the rest of the whole, because I don't think we get any more Shecon for the whole week, which I'm disappointed in.
So I'm
Um
still thinking, darling, that's why Taylor gonna probably bounce to Ashman because I think all of
yeah.
this phone
Oh,
call.
no, we done came. We done cracked it. We done cracked the code. Probably. Look, it's gonna be because look, you remember Tridge? You remember Tridge in St. Thomas? I think they finna do a redo. It's finna be Taylor finna hop on a commercial flight. She finna fly to Aspen. Taylor, Ridge and Steffi finna be right behind her. And Bill is gonna give his jet to Brooke because she's such a fighter. That's what we came up with earlier. We forgot to tell you, girl.
Well,
We
that
came
sounds
up
reasonable.
today.
It
So what?
sounds reasonable, but I don't
That's what
understand why
we came
Steffi
up
asked
with
her to be that old.
yesterday.
I can't hear you.
I say that's what we came up with yesterday.
No. We thought it was gonna be. We thought that Brooke was gonna be filing behind them on a commercial flight, and Bill was gonna get a flight to Taylor, and they was gonna be filing behind Taylor to his compound. We in a flip, girl, in a flip. Just because of how Bill was all in her ass and trying to spit shine her all day today, We figure that it's going to be him trying to provide service to help her fight for her marriage, fight for her man. Yeah,
Yep.
honey.
Yep.
Oh, that was that. I remember what I wanted to say. This was in the back of my mind, and I kept telling myself, put a pin in that so you could say that later. Did y'all, when Hope came to the office to talk to Steffi about this foolishness, did y'all catch that
Yeah.
look that between Paris and Steffi
Yeah. Like
when
this
they
bitch.
yes.
Yeah.
Now I found that hilarious principally because they were trying to set Paris up to be a Hope Logan sycophant previously.
Right,
Yeah.
Okay.
right, right.
So I found it very, very interesting that when she showed up, they were both excited about the line and whatnot. And when Paris was looking at Steffi like, and Steffi was like, "Oh yeah, well thanks, Paris, thanks for looking at these." And Paris was like, "Uh-huh." And she looked at Hope and walked out of there, and it was like, that's interesting because I think that's kind of part of the dynamic of them trying to shift Paris closer to Zende, maybe. We don't know exactly what they're going to do with Paris, Zende, and Carter.
Mhm.
They are in the fall previews, but there's not really any definition, especially where it says Carter's world gets turned upside down or some shit.
Yeah,
They
that's
better,
So
probably
I
why
have
their niece is here.
they better bring that baby back. They better bring that baby to LA.
you mean Zoe mythical baby from Paris?
Yeah, baby, that better be the world that's flipping upside down. Cause now he finna be Papa Joe. I mean, Papa
Daddy
Carter.
Carter. Daddy
Mhm.
Carter. So I just found that little bit of an interaction interesting because they don't really because that's the thing. Their first instinct with these characters who are supposed to be goody goodies is always to cozy them up to Hope right away.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah,
what they
yeah.
always do with the goody goody characters. So I
Right.
found that interesting that was kind of a departure for Paris anyway, where she was ended up in a situation where she's shooting looks at Steffi and Steffi shooting looks back at her
Oh,
about Hope and her audacity.
yeah.
Well, I like.
That was the first time I ever saw that.
Steffi
Well,
told
I
Paris
would like to
about
say,
herself too. I mean, she told Hope about herself like that shit was rude. We was discussing
Hmm.
your line. So after that happened, I'm expecting Steffi to put this child on notice. First of all, quit running in my damn office every day about your whore of a mother.
right?
She run that company. Hope ain't got no damn stock in that company. So what you can do is get behind thee, or you can hop and skip your little ass over there to Spencer.
Right.
Okay,
That's what I
that's
mean.
what I need to
Say
happen.
that
It's a
shit.
damn shame Stephanie Forrester Finnegan does not have at least 51% of Forrester. Period. They done gave
To be
51%
continued.
to Brooke. They done gave the whole motherfucking thing to Bill and Katie. But they won't give Stephanie Forrester Finnegan the goddamn 51%. I'm very petty about this. Why
I
Yeah.
aren't
think
they
she gonna
holding
have
back
more
and
than
giving
that,
her
Sam.
power? Huh?
You know her daddy gonna get lead it either because Red said he want to get the company. You know he said he want to step away. Okay, so she gonna either have more than 51%, or Thomas finna come on up. He might finna get this
So,
20% added to his 5% finally.
but Can, don't you think that wasn't that yesterday's? What episode was there when Thomas was teasing him and called him Pop? That's when him and Zen they had Paris modeling the dress. That was
Yeah,
Tuesdays. That was Tuesdays.
yesterday.
That was yesterday's episode. It was in the way Ridge was kind of praising Thomas and Zenda's designs. I felt that. I don't, it just ran across my mind. I was like, don't tell me Ridge ready to pass the baton to Thomas because he
He
always
said it.
wanted to come
Yes,
at
he did.
Thomas
He said
like,
something like that yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah, he said it. He said it.
Hmm.
He said it. And this has been my own thing, and I know y'all want to talk about Y&R. Look, this has always been my thing. CEO Steffi has already been seated. Ridge just got to
yeah,
get up off of his seat and let Thomas be the head designer. That's what we was talking about earlier. How come these Forster boys don't even have their own line yet?
they working on Hope line. That's pathetic. That's
And
Stephanie's
it
line.
is.
They need to
It's
take
always been a
Stephanie
trip.
needs to take her line back. Zende and Thomas already run it. They already
That's
designed
right.
it.
She's just the glorified supervisor.
And a great deal is being made about Thomas and Zende really coming into their own as designers. Ridge even said it. I gotta step up my game to
Yeah,
keep up with y'all.
He sure did.
exactly. Other words, pops, like he was like, pops, we don't need you here no more, pops. They got this. They
I
got
know,
this.
I love
You
it.
could be
I
like
love it.
Ed, come in every once in a while.
Yeah,
Right.
Oversee
exactly.
shit from home.
Him and
Retire.
Taylor, yeah, him and Taylor could actually have a decent life if he
They
stayed away from the
could.
office.
And
Because
you know,
that was always Brooke's thing, was to get him at Forrester to try to seduce him.
with the
Mhm.
bedroom line. So he needs to go and give Steffi his shares so Steffi can run that, own that. Man, those would be
He could
fire.
just give. He don't even have to sign them over permanently. He could just give her the right to vote his shares. He could.
That's
He
right.
Yeah,
could temporarily give
she
her the
could be
right
his
to vote him.
proxy. Right,
That's
That's
right.
she could be
correct.
his proxy. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But
And then her
I
and
actually,
Insurance
Thomas,
company.
if they
I
actually
actually think
teamed
he's
up
gonna
and
give it to
act like
Thomas
brother
though.
and sister, if her and Thomas actually teamed up and act like brother and sister running that company, Stephanie Forrester Finnegan and Thomas Forrester, son
Yeah.
of Ridge Forrester, son and daughter of
Yeah.
Ridge Forrester,
Yeah.
world renowned designer,
Yeah.
running Forrester, modernizing it and making it younger. They
Yes.
can
Yes.
update it and get it computerized and modernized. And get
Yes.
Zendaya and Thomas doing. I need a line that is female and male friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
it's just a they and them line. Everybody can wear it. You don't have to. Whatever you are, this is for you.
And
That's
drop
right.
fashion. I am here for it.
Yes.
I
Yes,
need
yes.
Zendaya and
That's
Tom.
the future.
I need Zendaya. I think I want Zendaya doing it, and I need
Yeah,
Billy Porter to make a appearance.
Zende
that's
would
Check.
Billy Porter.
I need
Yes.
Billy Porter to make an appearance, honey.
Oh, that
And,
would be
and,
love.
and thank Zendaya
that would
for
be too
designing
fantastic.
That would be
his latest red carpet design, honey.
that would be
Yes,
love.
yes,
That would
Hunty.
be
That's what
lovely.
I
I
want.
would love
This
and
show,
I would
I don't
watch
think,
that.
I gotta say, I don't think this show got enough juice to pull Billy Porter though.
Well,
No,
they
they
kind
don't.
of cheated in it with California Dream. I mean, they need to just pick up from that.
And you know what?
True.
You never know who watched Bold and the Beautiful. This is
That's
the
That's
most
right.
watched soap in the world.
hmm
You just
hmm,
never know. Billy
hmm,
Porter might already be a Taylor fan.
hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
baby. Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure he's already a Sin fan. So come on, because Sin
Just
Nation
like
is
Cheryl
worldwide,
Underwood.
baby.
I mean, for
We,
real.
we are national, baby. We are
We
worldwide, baby.
we trend at least once or twice a week. I mean, at this point, we don't know nothing left. So
I'm just
everybody
saying.
know.
I'm just saying. I
What
mean,
and
if
wouldn't that
Thomas,
be
Steffi,
fantastic if
Zende,
he showed up to christen the men's line?
that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. And not even a men's line. Yeah, there should be something for men, just like we
A
got
them
couture for
line.
women, but we need a they and them. And I
Yeah.
want
Mm-mm.
Zende to do the they and them. Thomas can take up taboo again on the men's line. Steffi's running the whole motherfucking show.
That's right. Already.
And
Already.
all she answers to is granddad and dad. Though
That's
that's who
it.
she would answer to, and only because of respect, not because of shares.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Something else, the whole time they have been focusing their couture line on only women designs for couture. What if they flip the script and start making couture them and they and couture men suits? Like, tailor made to the bodysuit. Like, hey, that ain't
Well,
explain away a lot of the female models that don't show up. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just saying. They ain't
I
doing a fashion
mean,
show.
yeah, they need to do something. I mean,
Oh,
because hope for the future. The last fashion show, like Bubbles said, I would like for Bubbles to say it
That
because
was
can't nobody
trash.
say it
I like
quite like Bubbles. I like the way Bubbles
I
describes
don't want
that
to talk
last
about
fashion
that
show.
macrame show off because they wasted our time with that showing us that shit for flower pots because I wouldn't wear it. Wouldn't even put that on my flower pot if I'm being honest.
right.
Even my flower pots are bougie, so
Right.
they don't do no macrame. But that was just the ugliest, tackiest shit with all them spinning around, spinning. When the hell do you see some shit like that at anybody's fashion show? You can I have never been, but I can tell you that I've seen a lot of fashion shows on the YouTube, and the
Uh,
only
Mm-hmm.
thing that
at the
models
pep
is
rallies.
not doing is spinning around and getting on the floor and jiggling and shit. You supposed to be walking like you mad at somebody. You probably are mad because that shit is uncomfortable. So you supposed to be mean mugging when you walk down the aisle, just straight up pissed at the world. That's the fact
Yeah.
that you
Because they
Mm-hmm.
hungry. Because they hungry. They've been starving all month long.
you hungry. You ain't even had no water in 2 days because you don't want to bloat. You just been eating air, and
You
that's
supposed to give nothing but attitude and face.
That's right.
right.
Fierce, honey. You supposed to be fierce, honey.
You
Fierce.
can pass
Mm-mm.
out later on when you get from behind off this runway, but your ass better not fall in this dress. I don't care that you cannot see where you are going. Count your fucking step, bitch, but you better not fall off the stage
That's right.
on the stage. You better
That's right.
walk this all the way back here, just like you walked it all the way out
That's
there.
correct. That's what they do too. When those
Right.
hoes fall on the runway, they get their ass up and they keep right on walking because they know they must reach the end and turn around and go back before they can get their check and their cheeseburger.
With
And
a straight face. With a straight face.
you better get your ass up. You better get your ass up off this runway, ho, and come on. Ain't nobody coming for you.
Okay,
Why are
Hey,
you on this phone?
YNR.
did
Yeah.
y'all
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
question?
Bubbles. Bubbles, how do you
Why not? Let's-
Electric Storm wants to know, did anybody die in General Hospital today?
Girl, they killed Brando yesterday. That's enough damn death.
they can't kill Eva. They better not. They ain't
No,
that
that
crazy.
would be so injustice. I
Look,
mean,
we'll say 5 minutes for GH, but Darlin asked up front to have time for Young and the Restless. So let's give her some time to get out what she been sitting on all day.
Okay, so Y&R has a couple of plots. I'm gonna deal with the easiest one. The
Mhm.
Nikki Deacon shit.
Girl,
Nikki took her ass all the way from the cheese state to LA to confront Deacon to try to get some information about this Diane shit. And the part that was the funniest part about that was that she fully expected Deacon to be 100% read in on this little tacky ass article that this Talia Morgan bitch ran. And Deacon was like, I don't know nothing about that.
Nikki was talking like this shit was in the New York Post or on the cover of Wall Street Journal. Well,
Yeah.
Talia Morgan is doing a story about Diane. I can't believe you didn't hear anything. You're like, bitch, this is LA. Y'all out there frying cheese curds. We not keeping up with y'all. We not the same.
We
Mhm.
no.
don't care about somebody who was dead, who not dead over in goddamn Wisconsin. Are you nuts? I got Sheila Card at my house. Are you crazy?
So now tell me what's going on with Deacon and Sheila and YNR.
Now
Oh,
look,
nothing. Sheila's not involved in it at all.
Okay, what's going on with Deacon and Nikki and YNR?
Nikki came out to LA to see if she could get some information on Deacon about the time that Diane was in LA when she was living that other life.
Okay.
So the only information that she did get from Deacon was that on the few occasions that he did see Diane out
She
in
was living
LA,
high life.
she was living high life. There was a man involved, and that she was running around in a Benz. If I heard him correctly, he said. So I thought she was seeing somebody who had money.
Kept.
So that probably in Dallas to Donuts, that's probably gonna be Victor Lord Jr. when his ass shows up on the show sometime before the end of the month.
Who?
That's probably Trevor St. John. He's coming into Y&R playing a new character, and whoever this person was, Diana was with in LA. It was probably him.
now, see, they said he was gonna be Tucker, and I knew I wasn't buying him coming back as Tucker. Cause what's his name? Patch. Patch was
Well, see,
Stephen
Yeah.
Nichols was Tucker the last time, and Stephen Nichols is 71 fucking years old. Trevor St. John ain't that much older than me, so
Yeah.
I was shocked that they were saying that. First off, they got him back, and second off, he's gonna have the Beth Logan syndrome and be de-aged. What we trying to believe that Jill was involved with it? Okay, whatever. What the fuck ever. If
apparently, that's my guess. We don't know that, but they ain't talking about her running around LA with some man who was balling for nothing for it not to mean something.
Yeah, it's gonna be him because what else are they gonna do with Trevor St. John?
Mm.
Exactly.
Like really, what the
Okay,
fuck else
so
are they gonna
what
do?
is that?
What's
So
up?
they
What's
don't
up
know
with
what Diane
Devon?
did, and
Wait, what?
none of us know what Diane did. But why is Phyllis got a hard on for Diane? Why is Phyllis
Because
torturing
she's
Diane, getting out
psychotic.
of the elevator and won't even let her pass, goading her to go off and then getting in her face like there she is. I wanted Diane to karate chop her in the throat
She
at
should
that
have.
moment.
That's the thing. I don't stand Diane Jenkins. I never did. Not even back in the day when she was running around Genoa City raising hell. But the fact that Nikki and Phyllis are being so belligerent about everything connected to her when she's not even checking. Here's the thing. Diane ain't checking for nothing Newman related.
No,
Period. It is not
no.
on her radar. She does not give a shit. She
She
is
wants that.
literally there for Kyle, for Harrison, and
And
maybe Jack. That's it. That's all that's in her sights right now. So them acting all this kind of crazy, especially since her and Jack, Phyllis and Jack breaking up was Phyllis's fault. Okay,
yeah,
that was on her. Diane didn't do shit.
Oh, tell me
So
what Phyllis did, girl, because Summer asked her what she did, and Phyllis tried to make it like it wasn't a big deal. Tell them what she did, girl.
She she
oh, you mean
she tricked Jack into having sex with her and then ran downstairs to brag about it and to
to
Diane and told
Diane.
everybody and told her
like a loud common
I saw it.
street walker?
I
It was
saw
Yeah,
it. And
trash.
then Jack
Oh,
came in and saw her at the end. He should have dumped
yeah,
her
Jack
right there.
came
You
up
know
on
what?
it.
One
Yeah,
thing about it, I used to watch Y&R and I always loved Jack Abbott. But I never
yeah,
liked that slut Phyllis. Phyllis
yeah,
always was bad news, and Jack always loved her for who she was anyway. And that's one reason why I did stand Jack like that. But
yeah,
mhm.
she never deserved it. She was never loyal to nobody. She's murderous. She's a
yeah.
whore. And she's manipulative. She lies. What hasn't Phyllis done, y'all?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everything, and she's incredibly judgmental of everybody else. And here's the kick part: Diane went off on Phyllis at the end because she
I
was
saw
already
it.
pissed. Yeah, she was already pissed about how things went with Victor ass, and she know. And basically, I don't blame Diane. She like between you and Victor got some of the dirtiest histories in this city, in this entire state, and y'all still dragging for me like this. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I can't even blame them. Well, here's the thing. Summer and Kyle told Diane and Phyllis in no uncertain terms, we do not have time to sit here and referee between y'all. So from now on, if there are any issues or altercations between the two of y'all in reference to work, if one of y'all starts some shit, you both fired. If Phyllis starts to fight, then Phyllis and Diane are fired. If Diane start a fight, then Diane and Phyllis are fired. There's the no ifs and buts about it. Period.
And
And they
Phyllis
let
is trying to bait Diane.
yes, and it works. Except here's the thing, because I paid attention to the Canadian day ahead. Diane makes a decision to go ahead and throw herself on her own sword because she got an option. I could let Phyllis go run to Summer and Kyle and snitch me out for jumping on her, but after she antagonized me, or I could throw myself on my sword, resign, and look like I'm the mature one. Diane takes option two. And then Phyllis' ass is pissed as fuck because Kyle and Summer fully expect Phyllis to resign too, because them's the rules. That's what they said. She's like, oh, I know you don't expect me to resign. She's the one who yelled at me, and Kyle and Summer like, but yeah, we told y'all. It didn't matter who started it. Whoever starts it, it don't matter. You both out.
Yeah.
So both of them are out of Marquette.
What?
Within 24 hours of their kids laying down the law about this bullshit, they already got their asses out the door. That's got to be a
Is
new
that,
record.
is that what happened today?
That's what happens tomorrow.
Ooh.
Now, what the mom gonna do, darling? I mean, because I'm
Girl,
seeing Twitter talking about
this
he done
shit.
got Victoria in the mess, and they about to lose this.
Okay,
Somebody gonna sneak. So, is Victoria gonna have somebody in there buying Winter Newman? I mean, Winter
I have to think
shares?
so. The new that new lady Aria or whatever her name is supposed to premiere on Friday, and I
Okay.
have to wonder if she is going to be Victoria's cover person to get the stock when the IPO happens.
Wow.
Because
And
it's gonna
Devon haven't took his shares out that company yet and
no,
helped that
So
out?
no,
Trevor
because
St. John might be the SEC then coming to look up Victoria.
he
He
should.
might end up
Because this is
sleeping
the
with her
thing.
because she do sleep
Nate
with everybody.
Nate laid down how this is going to work out today when he made his deal with Victoria in the park. Okay. The IPO, when it happens, the way the IPO is set up to work is that the Chancellor Winter or C-suite people will maintain 51% of the stock. That's how you keep majority ownership when you do an IPO. But Nate has agreed to sell his shares to Victoria to give her a majority.
Wow.
So all Victoria got
That's
to do
Wow.
is
called that
lock up
is insider trading.
it's
That's
illegal.
That's
insider
point
It
trading.
blank in
is.
the
Yeah.
period. I mean, that's the most
Nick
basic kind.
Nick already told Victoria that. He told Victoria
Oh
that
my
last week.
God.
He told Victoria when Victoria told him that Nate came to her with this information. She said, "Well,
Mhm.
hold on. What does Nate get out of this?" And when she told him that he wanted management over Chancellor Winters once it's acquired by Newman, he said, "Vic, we looking." He's like, "No, this is." He's like, "First of all, this is good. The SEC is going to have some definite things to look into because if he's getting a tangible benefit from passing you this information, that's begging for the SEC to come knock on our door." Victoria told Nick, "Don't worry about that. I'll handle it."
And she
Right.
said she ain't gonna tell Victor either.
Right.
Hmm.
The man that
Exactly.
can actually handle it. See how dumb they is? This is how come I couldn't stand Victor or his kids. They
Yeah.
all entitled dumb threats. Now
This
I
is
do
what he
give some
get
of them
for
credit where
having
they
her
have
be
credit.
CEO instead of Adam.
Right.
That's
Now
right.
Victoria is very smart. She's driven, but she's a cold bitch. But I
She's
give her
greedy.
props for being smart and driven, right? And she
She
can be
Yeah.
is.
loose only with Billy. Everybody else, she's a stuck-up bitch. But
Yeah.
anywho, Nick is just a whore, and all he
Yeah.
wants to do is run from responsibility from one coochie to the next one. He's a
That's it.
bad father, and that's just the only good thing about him is that he treated Sharon well for a while. After
Yeah.
that, he lost his appeal.
Yeah. That's it.
Adam,
But
Adam, too good for all they ass.
He
that's why
is.
I'm glad he went to go work for Jack because this shit is about to hit the fan. Because even Nick said it last week. He was like, Victoria could say that this is just business all she wants, but even Nick said it. Nick said, Vic, they're gonna referring to Devon and Lily and Billy. They're going to take this personal because it is personal.
Yeah.
Nate is doing an end run around his own damn cousins to
Yes.
get on because he wants because that what he wants out of this deal is to be the boss of Chancellor Winters on behalf of the Newmans. So he can
Yeah.
order Devon and Lily and everybody else around. That's what he's getting out of this
But he's
That's
deal.
still just a
that's why it
stooge
ain't
for
gonna
Victor.
work.
But see, and
Hmm?
that he went, so he lowballed himself. Not only did he prostitute himself out and sell his family out, he did it for peanuts.
Apparently so. Because
Just to
I mean,
manage, just to manage.
to
He
be
ain't on the
CEO,
board. He
It's
ain't
he
like
getting no
wants.
stock out the deal. He's getting zero stock at the deal.
he's
Oh,
giving
He just want to manage.
Victoria.
Huh?
yeah, he's selling his stock to Victoria. That's the only way this is going to work for her to have a majority. So
But
he
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 ain't
has
just
stock.
selling none.
he just
He
he
didn't
so he's trading his stock for
so
management, just for a title.
so wait a minute. And
Exactly.
he didn't even keep one fucking share.
That's all he probably
It
got. One fucking share.
right.
But please tell me he at least got a share.
He
Please.
did.
He
Well,
got
he's the
Okay,
CEO.
but he still lowballed and prostituted himself because he sold all the shares that he had just to get one in return and
He
be a
hasn't
boss.
sold. He hasn't sold them yet. This is the plan for how the Newmans are going to get control of Chancellor Winters. The company has not IPO'd yet because Devon is resisting the hell out of it, and even Billy has a lot of misgivings about it. When you in a room and Billy Abbott is one of the people talking sense, you fucking up,
Yeah,
okay? But
yeah, Billy, you doggone right, darling.
but
If
but
Billy stands messed up, because he all
He's a
messed
gambler.
up.
He's a
Yeah,
gambler. He should never be making no business decisions.
but
But
if
mm-mm,
like she
if he
said, if he's
seems
saying
messed
it's
up,
too
though, it's
risky,
messed up.
if even he's saying it's too risky, it's a risk.
it's a
It's a
risk.
risk.
no
It's
Billy
a
laying down, and that right there is enough to make you go, hold on.
Exactly. If Billy is the most impetuous, I don't think my decisions through person over on that side of
He's
the
a
story.
gambler. He's a risk taker.
Yes, exactly. When the ex compulsive gambler is telling you it's too risky, what are
Is
you
too
doing,
risky.
Lily?
Exactly. And
You
why would
listen to
Lily?
that ex compulsive gambler because he take all the risk.
But Lily is risking her father's legacy.
Yes,
Lily
that
is
part.
risking her
That's the part that
father's
pisses me off.
entire legacy. Neil Winters is the staple black family on YNR. He
Yes,
is the patriarch of it, alongside Drusilla Winters,
that's
Drusilla
right.
Barber's Winter,
That's
Drusilla
right.
Barber's Winter. You hear me?
Mm, mm, mm.
Hmm.
And Devon, whom was loved like their own child that they
Yeah,
adopted, was blessed by his birth grandmother with this fortune. Now, Neil and Drusilla already had theirs. He didn't need nothing, but he got his own. And now
yeah,
he gonna take his own, combine it with the legacy of his
chill.
parents, and
Yeah,
he gonna risk it all for anything. I mean,
Girl, he
listen,
risked it
the
all
only
when he combined it with Lily in the first place. He was taking a
Which
big
was
risk
stupid.
because
to
Lily
me, that's
was
like a
way out
person
of
that, right, they're running a business and they risk their house to save the business. It's dumb as fuck. That's all you have right there is your legacy. You don't risk
Hmm.
that. You may take something from that and make some risks, but you don't risk the whole damn egg.
he risked
They
on
just they are
And
not Neil Winters' children because Neil Winter
not
was
acting
a
like this.
brilliant businessman. And what Lily and Devon and Nate all have proved is they ain't get shit from Neil. And I'm about to have a conniption.
And the thing is, Devon already pointed out the biggest pitfall about this is that as it stands right now, the people in this room are the ones who get to make the choices about where this company goes. If you bring it public, we put ourselves in the position of being beholden to stockholders. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Because I'm
it.
sitting over here, Lily up here in La La fucking land, talking about how this is an opportunity to take the company into the future. I'm like, boo boo, the only place you're taking yourself on is to be Victoria Newman's fucking footstool.
Because
But
you
you
know
just go,
why? Because the stockholders determine what the fuck they do with the company.
That's
They
right.
can get
mhm.
that company and decide that they don't want to do a damn thing with it
That's right.
and bury it piece by
That's
piece and sell it
right.
all off and make it into nothing like
Sure, sell it
Neil
by the
Winters never
charge.
existed.
They better ask Dr.
like that's
Lincoln.
going to happen.
And now
Like
that
it
Nate
never existed.
and now that Nate has agreed to get to sell his shares, whatever he has, to Victoria to ensure that once she locks up that 48% from the IPO plus his the 49% from the IPO, I'm not sure how she's gonna make sure she gets it all, but that's what her plan is. Her plan isn't just to go for some of it. She wants every drop
Um,
of it so that
because
when
she's
she
serious.
exactly
It's
because so when she gets
902,
Nate's
y'all.
stocks, it gives her the majority.
It's 902, y'all.
Oh, it sure
Okay,
is.
but I'm gonna give Darlene her. Y'all took about
15.
12 minutes from her,
Yep,
so I'm giving
that's
her
right.
12 minutes back. So
Oh, well, thank you. That's kind.
I
Oh,
also
Right.
want to say that Victoria is in this thing where she's got trying to restore Victor's empire. I caught it today when she said, "Well, Dad used to own Chancellor,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but then he sold it. But I'm just trying to get that back for him. Like she really out. Is Jabot gonna be next? Because Victor used to own
Yes.
it at one time too. Like, where is she gonna stop?
Well, here's the thing.
That's what
She used
spoiled
the
children do.
exact same logic when it came down to Newman Media. She said, because remember, Newman Media was spun off when Ashlyn first showed up, and Adam and Victor bought Cyraxes, that communication company from him.
Right.
Victoria's justification for going after Newman Media after she had already managed to snatch up Chancecom was that, well, originally Newman Media was Cyraxes, which belonged to my husband. So Newman Lock getting it really is just bringing back what was originally
Bring
ours
it back
anyway.
home. I remember this.
Victoria thinks everything belongs to her.
That's
Spoiled
right.
child. She's a spoiled brat because she always has been. But I give her credit that she is using it in a business sense.
That's right.
She is ruthless, just like Victor.
Victor. That's right.
So I don't take, I never really stand her like that, but I do give the credit. I do give credit where the character is due.
That's
That
right.
character is supposed to be a chip off of Victor's block.
That's right.
She is.
That's right.
I give her props for that.
She's worse than
I
Victor.
second that.
I
If it
agree.
even
I
Yes,
agree.
she is worse than Victor.
I
But that's
agree.
what I like because she's a woman. That's what I love about her, Bubba.
Correct. Correct. I can't take that from her. She's a cold bitch. But
Yes, she
hey,
is.
Jim's the fucking breaks.
It is, but is the problem is this is that yes, it's business, and can they make the move? Obviously, they can make it. The problem is that it's going to put them in opposition of everybody else in the business world in Genoa City, and it's gonna create hard feelings. Billy not gonna thank her for it. Lily and Devon sure ain't. Jack and the Abbott sure ain't gonna like it either. And Jill sure as hell is gonna have a problem with it, especially.
Child, somebody gonna have to go to Mrs. C's gravestone and cry to her and apologize for losing her Chancellor Industries. Chancellor wasn't even part of no damn calm last time I was watching the show. It was Chancellor Industries. And I can't even believe.
Oh, it's Chancellor. Yeah, it's still Chancellor. It was Chancellor Winners now, but yes, it's the merger.
Well,
but
what the hell is Chance
about that before they threw Lily in charge. Lily ain't never ran no company like that. I mean, she may have worked, but
Lily
she's
was a
not a
model.
savvy. Huh?
Lily was a model when I watched the show. A
Honey,
model.
right. She was a model, then she married a con man, and she been conning her way into jobs ever since. If I was Devon, that bitch couldn't say shit to me after killing my wife and baby. I'm sorry.
Now,
go on
I
over
could
here
understand
and do
Devon
yours,
letting
I'm
her.
over here and do mine.
I could understand Devon letting her run the hotel because that was a family thing when Devon bought the hotel and he let her run the hotel. That suited it for me. But when she started, even when she did the modeling, that was fine. And then she wanted to run something. I was like, no, she's doing too much. She was supposed to be a model. She's not some business mind. That's not who she's supposed to be.
No, she's not.
That's right.
She's letting dollar signs control because she sent the information to Devon and Billy telling her that because the whole point of doing the IPO is to get funding so that you can expand your company, and that's what the point of them doing this is. But even Devon is like, we only just did the merger. It's too soon. Devon is not feeling it, but the problem is Devon is going to regret ever having done this because he's outgunned. Because the three people making the principal decisions about this business are Lily, Jill, and him. And Lily and Jill are all full speed ahead down, so it's 2 against 1.
Yep. And
So,
he's gonna have
how did Lily get more power? How did Lily get more power over Hamilton Winters?
Jill made her the CEO of Chancellor Industries.
Yeah.
But how did she get control over Devon's company, which was Hamilton Winters?
No, but she's running the Chancellor part of it, and he's running basically Hamilton Winters.
Part of it? Is Chancellor is Winters in Chancellors together?
Yes, they merged. They merged the two companies together.
Which doesn't make any sense because we don't know what Chancellor was. Chancellor Industry. Well, Chancecom now because they bought the communications division, so they can Billy can have his part. So they can be the media, and then Devon is still running Winters.
The music portion of it.
Because that's the music portion of it.
I'm sorry, I even asked. They doing way too much.
Yeah,
yes, they are.
I'm not a dumb girl, but that was a lot of different comms and medias.
It didn't make sense for them to make what to do with them, and that's why it upsets everybody because it didn't make sense for them to combine Devon's company with what Lily was doing over there with Chancecom. Catherine gave Billy to do with what he wanted. He started that company because he wanted to honor Neil. I think Neil was probably already a part of it before he died, but after Neil died, he wanted to beef up the music part of it because Neil was such a big music fan and jazz was his thing. And that's why Devon really wanted that company to be about something. But now, I don't even know what it's about because all they do now is prop up Billy's fucking podcast that went belly up.
And I
Now,
don't understand how they get in the podcast business.
girl, let me tell you the most boring
Lord mercy.
I have seen in my entire life.
Oh Lord, I'm finna
Episode today, so y'all gonna let me rant. I'll just
Go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
I will damn it delete all the recordings tonight to make room if I got to. But listen here. The most boringest ass shit I have seen. They wasted time on this shit, y'all. And I sat there looking at the TV like, is something gonna happen? Is this really all this is? They just write this shit. Darling know what I'm talking about. You got young people that should be somewhere in the bed fucking and create the Who's the Daddy storyline. Allie and Noah sitting on the damn couch. They listening to a podcast, y'all. They're not even listening to the podcast out loud. They got fucking earbuds in. Ain't nobody at the house but them. Who they gonna disturb? Nobody.
Not
They
a damn person.
in, listening to the podcast, and they take little breaks. Ooh, I think it was the ex-husband, and I think he shot her. I think it was the best friend, and the best friend pushed off a cliff. You gonna be wrong. Ooh, the commercial over. Okay, let's go back. And they sat there wasting screen time. They sat there in silence, you guys. Like
it was awful.
My degree is in broadcasting, and I DJ'd for many years, and I was the production manager, and I also was the station manager. And the number one rule in media, whether it's the radio or the TV, is that dead air is death. If you got more than 5 seconds where nothing is being said, you are losing audience, because ain't nobody sticking with you for no full fucking minute of silence when they can go to another radio station and the music is over there bumping, or they can flip to a different station and they got something on there. They sat there with Noah and Allie on 3 or 4 different scenes with them with damn earbuds in their ear talking to each other about what they listening to. Why can't I hear what you listening to? That might make me a little bit more interested in these fucking podcasts.
Oh, y'all mean to tell me y'all wasn't even privy to what was being played?
No, we had to use our goddamn imagination.
Oh, man, when I tell you it was silence, and the two of them sitting there looking and staring into fucking space in the silence with their earbuds in, and then talking about, ooh, it's getting good now. The fuck is getting good?
We ain't hearing a damn thing.
Stop it.
Not this show.
Okay.
I had 2 hot people sitting up here that should be somewhere having sex.
That actor that plays Noah is absolutely hot. That boy
he's cute.
Is hot. That boy's face is very, very, very pretty. For real.
And it's just, yes, this podcast business.
Wasting it with him sitting here with a pretty little Asian girl talking about something. Oh, we were both wrong. It was the
So he's supposed to be sweaty. He's supposed to be sweaty. That's what that boy is supposed to be. YNR ain't paying no fan service over there, dog?
He ain't the kind of hoe his daddy is, I tell you that. If you want hoe service, you gotta wait till Nick.
You gotta go Nick.
The sex salad,
you know. Yeah, Nick is fine and everything, but you know, Nick needs to really settle his dick down. It's been everywhere.
They done sent Faith to college. She ain't even lost her virginity. Like, they missed so many kids. Faith should have had the storyline where she was like, well, I really like Moses, but I want to go to the next step, but I'm not sure about it. Like, they didn't have nothing. They could have had a whole thing where Sharon sat down and talked to her about, well, girl, let me tell you about my life. You know,
they used to be
I had your sisters. I was in high school when I had Mariah and what the little baby name we lost. Damn it. Cassie. When I had Cassie and Mariah that I didn't even fucking know about because I was so knocked out. I was in high school, baby, and it wasn't easy. So mama just gonna tell you, if you're gonna be out here bouncing on the boys, make sure everybody is on birth control. You on a pill and you got an IUD and you're using some foam and a cup and a diaphragm and some condoms and some pills and the shot, whatever they got, baby. Just be on the whole cocktail of it, because you don't want to go down the same road that I went down. And then
can I tell y'all something that might infuriate y'all?
Yeah.
I want Sally to get pregnant by Nick.
Oh, nobody,
Gross.
nobody
No,
having
no,
damn
no, no. Nick Newman don't need no more damn churn. Period.
need no. Nick don't even need to have no more damn sex. His dick on
Correct.
tired.
Nick should no
Correct.
one should be working on Nick's first fucking grandchild at this point. I'm tired.
His dick
Y'all remember when
on
Nick was sleeping?
tired.
Didn't Nick bring like 2 or 3 strange women home in one period of time? I don't know. I think it's after his relationship blew up with Sharon because he had slept with Phyllis. This is when Phyllis, I guess, was having hate sex when she was dating Billy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Way back then. Didn't he have like 3 randos?
I
Do
don't
y'all
remember,
recall
but
the
I couldn't
time?
put it past him.
Y'all don't. Okay, so now I guess y'all just don't recall the time, but there was indeed and in fact a time. Nick Newman had like 3 pieces of strange come through his pot mint. It was pretty damn gross. I remember.
Well, he's just like extra strange, just like
No,
incidental,
just
not like
well, he
You
had
talking about
sex
date play?
scenes with
yeah.
right, correct, exactly.
Oh, okay, that's probably why I don't remember it because I'm like Nick done been just about with everybody. Oh,
He
excuse me, up in
has,
there.
but just and Victoria does the same thing. Y'all know Victoria is known and notorious for going and picking up men and banging them from bars.
Yeah,
She's done that 2 or 3
she
different
she was
times.
going there for who was that was blackmail that was gonna blackmail her? Somebody had found out about it. She had somebody in when she was going. What was the story? That was her and Billy was going through that, and he met her. Yeah, because she was doing that strange so too. She had a lot of strange men in her bed.
Yep.
And,
Always been like quick to go to one of those bars. And remember, one of the bars was one of the dudes was a bartender. And she ended up going off somewhere with him. It was on a boat
yeah.
somewhere. Y'all remember?
Was that before? Was that after JT?
She ended
I
up in Vegas. No, 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 no. The last time Victoria pulled there, remember she ended up in Vegas, and that's when she ran into Spider. That's when Adam was Spider when they had first
Oh, but
brought it
no,
back
this
on
was
the scene,
before that. But
and
what
she
I'm
was
talking
so
about, yeah.
ashamed.
So she done it so many times.
Yeah,
Victoria has done had sex with strange men in bars like
yeah,
3 times. And
yeah.
Nicholas at one point, and it was like this was within a matter of like several months. He had those strangers in, and it was just like weird. It's just like they really promoting
They get that shit from
promiscuity.
Nikki.
Honey,
Did
mama.
Well, that is true.
They get that
Nikki,
shit from Nikki.
what was that? Nikki Reed. Nikki Reed used to love the pole, honey. Honey. I heard that she
Yeah, they
had
get that
bad
shit from their
tricks on that
mama.
pole, baby. That's how
yeah,
she landed the money
Mhm.
bags,
that's how
Victor
she got
Newman.
Victor.
That's how she got money bags, Victor Newman. So you know what? That's a chick. I'm not gonna be mad at Nikki. I stand Nikki for that. I mean, she said she came from the bottom. Now we here.
But
That's
her destiny for real, honey. She ain't got no fake ass destiny.
yeah,
Facts.
that's
and
right.
and it's proof, and the proof is in the pudding, because
Right.
in what I saw Nikki bossing up on Deacon, and she got a phone call from Victor, and she collaborating. See, that's what you do when
Yeah,
you soulmates and destiny. You do
that's
your
right.
dirt together.
Together
You don't run tricks on each other. Y'all run tricks on others.
on other people. That's right.
Mhm.
Right, Sam. Hey,
So Nicter is on
next,
another level.
that's right.
Well, I think I vented my spleen plenty on Young and the Restless. Bubbles, thank you for this opportunity. I do appreciate you.
Welcome, and I'm gonna let you have this show to yourself because I ain't watching no more Young and the Restless until I don't even know what's gonna get me back. I just know
I'm
this.
gonna tell. I will keep y'all updated when the Judas known as Nate pulls his final move, so I can see if because somebody gonna take a swing at him. Somebody
And,
got to.
and darling,
It
please
might end
tell
up being
me.
who killed Nate Hastings. Olivia
And
baby
please,
boy got to be buried.
Please
Yes.
tell me that they give Sally a who's the daddy, please, because I really want this happening.
Oh,
I
See,
will
I
start
would.
watching it
I mean, but that's the thing. I have no hope that the show will do it. If they didn't let Elena have a hootie daddy after bouncing between cousins, I don't know if they'll let Sally have one after her having a hookup with two brothers. So
again. Uh-huh.
and
I'm gonna
Nick,
enjoy
I
that
won't be sad
like
about that one.
Nick
that.
don't need
If she is, it need to be Adams. Damn it, Nick got enough damn chance.
that's right.
Yeah, Nick is done with kids. He even got kids that ain't his, so we gonna let him.
Yep.
He got y'all niggas. He got to have his Twilight baby.
Mm.
No, let his
Yeah.
bird dry up like Eric Forster after he saw his wife his ex hoe. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
Nick Newman ain't having business having
Yes, and damn deed. Can't out here putting that shit in the atmosphere. I can't believe you.
I told y'all don't piss y'all off.
Now, who is raised a Christian? Who is raised a Christian
I don't
on stage?
Nick, Nick is raising Christian.
No, Nick is not raising Christian, Sam. The closet people raising
Well,
Christian.
on paper, Nicholas is raising Christian. It's most certainly not Adam.
God.
To be,
That's an abomination. That's an
but
abomination
he
for me.
never
I just
Yes,
don't
it
get
is.
this.
yeah.
Well, if the show's still on in 10 years, they can have Billy, Connie, and Christian be the most effed up brothers in the world then.
All right, you guys, we're gonna end on that for real this time. Thank you guys
All right.
for showing up. The YouTube crew, Amaya was over there tonight with Electra Storm and Miss Queen Libra, SB Writer. Louisa joined us, but I think she's probably gone to bed. Vicky showed up tonight. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. We enjoy your company.
Yes, we did.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you
Y'all
for
have a good
giving us
night.
time.
Good
Good
night,
night, everybody.
Good night.